this is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn, Cam Water.
It's motorsport, but not as you know it. Test yourself and your everyday road car. Safe, affordable, but most of all, fun. And all you need is your daily driver. Experience the thrill of a sprint day, race against the clock at a hill climb, or test your reflexes with an auto test. It takes just 3 simple steps to get started. Get on the start line. Search Motorsport Australia Daily Driver today.
Fishies in a row. They're here to make a point and to do Eddie proud. They fan out in the background as they come down to turn 1 for the first time. It all looks pretty good, 2 by 2. We'll stop the camera here. Oh, Eddie would be proud, mate. That was awesome run around turn 1. But, oi! Contact with the fishies!
He's made it through. It doesn't look like Angus has made it, but Thomas Freeman's made it through, and Angus is going to suffer the crowd coming through there to be able to turn his car around.
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannon's insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannon.
Call 134646 for a quote.
And they are off. It was a good start from Dylan de Bono. I think Phil Vella got a great start there in the background as well. You can see already cars going 5, 6 wide as they're trying to find any semblance of space. They come into T1. So far we've got 2, 3 wide as they snake down. It's Michael Pinnacle that's got around Dylan de Bono. A couple of cars going wide there. Was that a bit of contact in the back? Scott Pocock caught up in that, I think, there, buddy. But it's Michael Cullajar's got past, so Dylan...
light is coming out and we're about to get going, and we have a green light and a very slow start for the 86s, but they are moving out there on the grid. It would be very interesting to see exactly which driver can capitalise on this first lap. Just go through the grid. Look like Jamie Christensen had a really awesome start to get ahead of Dylan de Bono, and Doug Gowage also jumped his teammate as well, so unfortunately Dylan stalled the car a little bit more than what he preferred. But
Weekend in, weekend out, Motorsport Australia officials are making waves. From waving flags, waving cars through pit lane, or responding to a wave for help. Wave hello to new lifelong friends. Who knows, you might just make waves around the world. Ride the first wave. Search Motorsport Australia officials today.
Still great classes of car, and if you are able to, if you're coming up the ranks on iRacing through the licenses, it's a fantastic sort of laneway into prototype driving, going from that GT3 up through the prototype classes. As the safety car pulls in, we get ready to go green as we come up towards the line. Edwards, Hasler, who's going to get the jump down to turn 1, or will any of the fishies, any of the piranhas in behind them, assault them down towards
green and they're
this
off.
first lap? Let's go here.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannon's,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover,
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be
Shannon's.
Shannon's, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostyn, Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyson just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't committed it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get a good run. Dodd's just absolutely competitive. Really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the SRW TV Shannon's GR86 Nationals Round 5 from Belle Isle. I'm James Barber, going to be going you through all the action here with Steve Sinkovic alongside me once more as we look forward to some what plans to be some epic action here this evening. Don't forget, guys, if you are in YouTube chat, like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and do all that other fancy jazz that you can do for completely free here. Let's keep you up to date with the standing situation at the moment. In the pro standings, we have got Ben Faulkner out in front on 541 points there. Then we've got Jamie Davis, points including drop rounds on 495, Ty Delaney on 472, Dylan DeBono on 460 with Dougie Gowans on 424, David Gallo 414, then you've got Dan Byrne, Jackson Pringle and Dan Batouche with Sam Cagazinos rounding out the top 10, Shane Ratcliffe, Caleb Bellick, Josh Houghton, John Gallen, Blake Fitzpatrick and Dylan Gray. In the Pro-Am standings at the moment, Cam Hardwick is sitting out in front with 409 including the drop rounds. Mark Cochran on 382 with Mitch Noble 374. Then you've got Ryan Bryce, Jack Anderson, Matt Feely, Mark Turner, Wayne Edwards, Dean Sinkovic, Luke Crum, Callum Hodgkinson, Jordan Ferguson and Tyler Sheaf. In the AM standings, Josh King out in front on 298 with again drop rounds involved. Chris Tomlin on 291 and Kevin Wakefield 239. Then you've got Shane Nowans, Carl Gretsch, Martin Walker, Stephanie Pickley, Greg Johnson, Phil Buckland and Russell Gander rounding out the top 10. Brad Anderson, Brendan Soper, Vic Bensvalen and Brad Hughes. We've got just enough time as we have entered into qualifying. 15 minutes qualifying, 2 races here this evening, 1 20-minute race and 1 40-minute race. They're on 37% fuel cap. Should be an interesting one to see how they get on. Belle Isle itself, well, that's a different perspective altogether. 2.36 miles, 3.798 kilometres. We've got 14 turns of street racing action. It's going to be an interesting one. Let's just put it this way. You're going to be at the walls. I've been sat here watching practice and there has been a lot of people into the walls, so they are going to have to make sure they stay out of that. The survival will be keeping out the walls, keep sure they make sure that that car stays in the right direction. It's going to be very, very interesting. But let's bring in Steve into the booth. Steve, welcome in, buddy. How are you?
Sensational, mate. I was actually really looking forward to tonight. I don't mind this track at all, actually. It's a bumpy one. It's a tough one. It's got its challenges. But I actually really like it because of I don't know, something about street circuits. It's just, I just like them a lot better than something that's got too much room and too many headaches that, you know, you can run off and just come back on and you're all sweet. But looking forward to it. I'm hoping it's going to be a clean one. First race, maybe not so much. Second race, yeah, probably will be. But we'll bite our fingernails and we'll watch and we'll see what happens in the first few corners.
Yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting one to run down into turn 1. Of course, it's not long. It's quite a short-term run, and then they go right and then left, and then they've got that medium or a bit longer run down into turn 3 here as well. I sat watching practice, Steve. There's been a lot of drivers hitting the walls, a lot of drivers going away, and they're just going round. Once they hit the wall, they bounce off, come back across the track and spin round in a circle. How are they going to cope with that? We've got 37 cars on track. It's going to be very tight, very packed, and it's almost a volume of cars against the track space. It doesn't seem to quite work out that it's going to end up being completely clean.
It's going to be tough. You know, it's going to be toughest for the boys at the very front, because how many Ks did you say the track was?
2 point, oh dear me, I only got the miles. 3.79.
3.79 Ks. I'm predicting by about lap 6 or 7, some of these boys at the front are going to be hitting back markers. And that's when it's going to get tough. And that's when it's going to get scary, because those boys are going to want to try to get through as quick as possible. The boys are going to try to get out of the way as clean as possible while they're still racing the guys in front of them for track position as well. Because don't forget, we have pro-am and amateur racing here. So even the guys down in 30 to 39 are all fighting for position, all fighting for points, all fighting for a trophy.
That's the thing, that there is so much on stake, and it's going to be very, very difficult. And I'm struggling to see. I don't normally predict safety cars, right? Partly because I think these guys are clean enough that they should be able to get through and not have that. However, this is a different kettle of fish. Now, it's a circuit that is tight. There's walls, it hosts IndyCar and multiple other series as well. It's just a difficult circuit. I've driven it myself. Mind you, I was only in an MX-5, right? You know, don't get me wrong, it wasn't a GTP or anything like that. They're probably about the same speed as what these GR86s are going. But I just found it very, very difficult. And my biggest issue is I end up thinking about what I'm doing for shopping or what I've got coming up later or whatever. You know what I mean? I go off. And the problem is when they do that, they end up in a wall. And it's going to be very difficult for them to make sure they don't do that.
Yeah, look, it is a track where you can't fade and start thinking about groceries. That's for sure. DeBono's got himself a double green and purple for the fourth section, for the fourth section, and he goes straight to the top of the 143.236. 1/10 faster than Jackson Pringle. Mate, we're going to have some tough boys at the front. Looks like, before we digress further, that where is our gun gone? Where is he? I saw him on track. I'm trying to see his time anywhere. You know what I'm talking about? Ben Faulkner. He's down the bottom. He hasn't set a clean time yet, so he's out there lapping, trying to get a clean time. One of the key factors here, JP, impact to the side of the car, not too bad. The rear quarter of the car, not too bad. Front, very bad. These walls can take out. And looking at this corner right here, there's a bounce here. Then on the braking point right here is a bounce again. It drops down. It bounces again. You can see the front bouncing. Trying to maintain that through that area there is an absolute killer. And then you've got this curb on the left-hand side and a really tight right. And that wall where the rubber just sticks out a bit more, really hard to get to and really hard to get past clean. And this is a really tricky corner coming up here. It doesn't look that bad, but you're carrying so much pace, this bit here. And it's getting the right run in and out. That's the key to get past it. That is my worst part. That's the part that has got, I think it's got panels from the last 3 years of my racing all across that wall in that little section there.
I think you're right. It is very tight. Talking to Ben Faulkner, he's just gone into pole with Dylan DeBono right next to him. Faulkner there on a 1:43 dead. 2 tenths quicker than Dylan DeBono. Dougie Gowan's got some time. DeBono's got a purple in the final sector as well. He's got no improvement. Doesn't go up into pole position. Unfortunately, don't forget, this is iRacing rules and regs on the contact. So if you hit a wall, although you get a 0x, you still will not have your lap time validated. It will be invalidated because obviously you can't have an off track when you go and punt the wall, but it is presuming that because although you got 0x, it still doesn't allow you to keep the time. You will have to go round again, and that is just one slight little tap on the wall. That is not anything heavy. It is just a one that pops up and says, "Hey son, 0x for you, you're in trouble." So there you go. Unfortunately, some of these guys are going to have to go round again. I think that's one of the things, isn't it, Steve, with the way that the system works as well. You know, one tap of the wall, you get that 0x, you've got to go again. Your lap's invalidated.
Exactly. I mean, that's Jamie's perfect example. He's just finished that lap then, and he's in 14th place. That's his first clean lap. You see, that's his best lap and first clean lap, and he's been out there on track for a fair while already. So if your boys are going through that simple thing as well, you got to get a banker out there, get a lap that counts, because it's going to be a hard place to pass. There's a few positions to pass on here, and you got to try to make them clean. Oh my God! Ben Faulkner has just ripped out a 142.855. He's really getting into the groove of this track. He's starting to get his rhythm in.
Yeah, Dougie Gowans is having a good one. Dylan DeBono's got some purples on the board as well. They're coming over the final part. Gowans has got a purple in sectors 3. Then we've got 4 and 5. What are they going to set between the two of them? Is DeBono going to be able to jump up? He doesn't. It's a 143.2. What about Dougie Gowans? 144.830. So them yellows must have properly offset where they are on the racetrack. Chris Tomlin's got some greens on the board as well. Hopefully this will be a little bit of a boost up the standings for him. How far up does he go, mind you? Wow, he jumps all the way up into 16th place, does Chris Tomlin. Yep. Absolutely stellar job from him. So, yeah, great running from Chris there. So, excellent job from him.
Yeah, well, looks like a few of the boys haven't set that are down in that back part of the... Josh Horton hasn't set a lap yet. Set a time yet. We know Josh's got a fair bit of pace on him. Sam Kutakazinos still hasn't set a lap in. We know he's very fast. John Callan's got good pace on him as well. So these boys haven't set laps yet. So it'll see what's going to come over in the next. What have we got? 5 minutes left. Maybe they're just going to sit in the back and ride the wave and see what happens.
Well, that's not a bad philosophy here, right? And I did it the other day. I did the Ringmeister SR8s at Nords, and I literally was right at the back in 25th. By the end of the first lap, I was in 12th. By the end of the second lap, I was inside the top 5. And by the end of the third lap, when the race finished, I was in second and finished in second, because it's just a difficult circuit, Nords in general. But this is kind of not Nords as in lengthwise when you're talking about 154 corners, but you have still got the tricky high curbs that you've got at Nords, the close walls that you've got at Nords, the left rights. You can't stop concentrating here like you have done at Nords as well. So there's a lot still in comparison to it. So sitting at the back is probably not a bad idea, to be honest with you. I think overall it could be a good shout. You know, it's maybe not for the 20 minutes, but I think for the 40 minutes, you know, starting that one, it's not a bad shout to be at the back, because you've got plenty of time to try and make your way forward. And I think that's one of the things as well. I was having a conversation with Caleb Bellick earlier on, just before we come live, and literally he was like, you know, he's got the pace. He wants to try and get involved with the De Bonos, with the Faulkners, with the Houghtons, you know, and all of this. So he's just got to make sure that, like I said to him, is you've just got to keep it off the wall, bud, because you will be clean, but you've got to keep it away 100%. From the wall.
He's a fast driver, Caleb. He really is a fast driver. From what I'm seeing with him this season is that he just needs to be that little bit more patient. He just needs to wait that little bit, half a lap more or one more lap, and just suss out that passing point and make sure you're close enough for it. He just seems to get in there and tries to make the move, but he's not quite in the right spot for it. And not all the time. It's just that rare occasion where he's getting a bit hungry for it. So that's the only time I see him falling apart. Apart from that, he's a great driver. He's a very fast driver, and I think he's spot on. The first heat, the feature, 100%. It's going to be stay clean. Actually, I would be staying from the back as well for the first one as well, because the first few corners, if there's bottleneck and accidents there, just weave your way through it. You're probably going to get 10 or 15 places anyway with the carnage. But with the second one, with the amount of damage that you can do in these cars, you just got to stay clean and stay fresh. Do what my boy did last week, and my brain's just gone. Brad Anderson did last week. He pretty much just stayed clean through the whole of the 86 run, if you can remember back then.
Yeah, I can. And he had was that the cleanest GR86 we've seen?
Yeah.
It was, whatever.
It was.
He did have a spot of damage on it. Laura Anderson in YouTube chat. Good evening, Steve, and good morning, JP. Laura, yes, it is good morning for me. Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us. But I think that's the thing. If they can keep these cars in a relatively good position, don't knock out your steering, don't do anything silly or crazy or make crazy moves, and you are right about Caleb Bellick. If he can, and I said this to him as well, and I said to him before, I said, look, if you're inside that top 10 for that feature, just remember you've got 40 minutes to get to the front. Now, that's a long old time, right? That's an episode of your favourite TV programme, or 40 minutes into a film, and generally for me, by that point, the missus has asked me about 40 questions about what's actually going on when you're trying to watch the film, although you would prefer it if she just watched the film. But you've got loads of time. Oh, come on, Steve, you know what it's like when you sit there with a wife, and before you've even got past the intro for 5 minutes, she's like, what's going on? You're like, really? We've literally only just we've only just started, babe.
My wife hates me. She won't watch movies with me because I tell her what's going to happen at the end. I work out the plot straight away. I'm like, this guy's going to do this. He's going to do this. Guy's going to kill him, and then it's going to be like that. And she goes, you have to ruin it. Why can't you just shut up and just enjoy it?
My wife did that as well the other day. She watched the film for the very first time, and I'd already watched it because I was impatient and I wanted to watch it. So I sat there, I was like, right, we need to watch this film. It's really good. She come 5 minutes in, she went, oh, for God's sake. I said, what's that? She went, she's going to fall in love with him. He's going to fall in love with that. They're going to befriend this thing, and then before you know it, that's the end of it. I was like, right, I hate you about now. Literally hate you. There's no point watching it if you're going to figure it out. Right, that is qualifying over and done with. Me and Steve have a little bit of a chipwag and a bitch about the misses. Ben Faulkner is out in front with Jackson Pringle in second. Josh Houghton is in third place. A great job from him. Dylan DeBono in fourth. Then Dougie Gowans, Dan Byrne, Caleb Bellick, Shane Ratcliffe round out the top 8. David Gallo, Dan Batouche, Jamie Davis and Sam Katkazinos gets down in 12th. Great job from him. Managed to get a lap on the board, did Sam. Moving on from that, Ty Delaney at 13th, Callum Hodgkinson in 14th, Jamie Schultz down in 15th, Cam Hardwick 16th, Matty Feely, Mark Cochran, Wayne Edwards, Chris Tomlin, Carl Gretsch, Marty Walker, Greg Johnson and Jack Anderson round out the top 24. And Russell Gander, Dean Sinkovic, Luke Crum, Kevin Wakefield, Vic Betzvalen, Shane Nowens, Josh King, Brendan Soper, Jordan Ferguson, Phil Buckland, then we've got Brad Anderson and Greg Barber, and then of course you've got the guys in the safety cars at the back there as well. Johnny Gallen and Stephanie Pickley are the final two runners there currently on the board. It's going to be... How would you sum up this evening's racing, Steve, if somebody said to you, right, I want you to predict the future and tell me what's going to be happening here?
Oh, mate. I don't want to say what I think. I think it's going to be clean.
Right.
It's going to be... look, I reckon it's going to be a travesty. It's going to be a horror film with some accidents all the way through. If we can get... If that safety car happens, my gut's telling me is another one's going to happen really quick straight after it because people are going to get impatient and they're going to try to start again. I don't know. I'm just gonna think positive and think, right, these boys are all thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Let's just get through the first few corners safe and be smart about it and live to fight another day.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck, SRW boys. Awesome foursome, says Laura there as well in YouTube chat. So again, thanks so much for joining us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on the bells and do all that other fancy jazz. You press that little thumbs up button on your screen and you'll have an absolute whale of a time, because I can tell you one thing, if there's going to be action, it's going to be coming out here, and this man is going to provide some. It depends if Jackson Pringle, Josh Houghton or Dylan DeBono can get remotely past Ben Faulkner at the beginning. Why do they need to do that? It's fairly straightforward. You give the man an inch, he is going to take a mile. You have to put him under pressure to even remotely try and get him off his game. If you don't, you are in battling away for second, third, fourth or fifth, because I can guarantee Faulkner will just say goodbye and he'll be adios. I can tell you that one. If you're his husband and you didn't get near him in the airport, he'll probably leave you there while he's on a flight to America. So let's just put it that way. If they don't get past Ben Faulkner or even remotely put him under pressure, Faulkner will take this from the beginning. Here we go. The lights are on. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. There we go. We're up and running and we are green, green, green. And straight away, Ben Faulkner took the jump going down into turn 1. He's going to wrap up the left-hander of turn 2 as well. He's going to be in the lead at the moment. Jackson Pringle, there's been an incident at the back of the field, I can tell you that much. Jackson Pringle, Josh Houghton, Ben Faulkner, there was a lot of incidents at the back. We will keep an eye on that one. I've got about 7 drivers come thrashing through of all the problems that had gone on there. You can see Dylan De Bono making that move past Josh Houghton, going in there as well. Caleb Bellick still in there. He's now under pressure once more. Further back, Dougie Gowans has made the move past Shane Ratcliffe. Jamie Davis is in the mix. David Gallows there as well with Ty Delaney from Fishy Motorsports. Kat Gazinos is in there. Steve, I would say everyone got away cleanly, but I can tell you now they did not, and I am on the understanding that we are and possibly are under safety car already.
Hang on.
Yeah, we are. Safety car has left pit lane. It has.
Really?
It has.
There was an incident down the back.
There was a massive incident at the back.
Yeah, there was an incident in the back with 33 and someone else. I'm not sure who the other driver was, but I didn't hear them call safety car. Oh, someone's bogged it down on the start there.
Yeah, they're 4 wide, so and then we get that.
Oh, okay. Whoa.
Then we have that problem.
So someone's cut across the back of Kevin, or Kevin's cut across the front of someone. Kevin Wakefield, it was in the centre of that, so his spin
There's a car there in the middle that doesn't go anywhere. Yeah, there's a car there that doesn't go anywhere. They're 4 wide. They're tagging all the way down, and unfortunately, it just all goes a little bit peaked on. That had Bensvalen, Gander, Wakefield, Soper, Buckland, Anderson, Pickley, Gallen were all involved in that one. Shane Nowans was another man that had an incident at the beginning as well. We can have a look on there. Good evening, gents. Good evening, Kevin. Hope you are well. Thank you so much for joining us up here in the booth. And Shane Nowans goes up the inside. Oh, well, he just stops. Not entirely sure what was going on in front.
They're on a safety car still, so they're trying to work out who's where, I think, across that part of the field. At the back, it looked like, without putting too much on it, I think it might have been Kevin turning down over into someone, Kevin Wakefield. But we'll see what the stewards have got to say. It looked like to me that they didn't even get a chance to cross the start line.
No.
Or did they just cross the start line?
It was. I think the problem was there was a big bog down in the middle, and I just can't quite see who it is. If you have a look, somebody did not go anywhere there.
There.
In the middle.
Who is that?
That's the problem. I can't actually tell you who it is. Whoever it is going down the bog.
I think it's Hardwick. Is it Hardwick? Is it a Hardwick car? Let's see.
It's this one here. 2779.
779. I should know that car. I know the car. I just can't think of who the driver is.
No, it wasn't Barber. Or is it 11? Oh, it could have been Carl Gretsch in the 119 actually. Yep, it didn't go anywhere. Look. And he just
Carl Gretsch's bogged it down.
Yeah.
And see if you see Kevin here going right across the front of the yellow car.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's moved across and he's got hooked on him and he just spun him round.
Yeah, that's it, unfortunately. That was what went on right at the beginning, guys. We are under safety car already, so that is one. Faulkner's there again. Not a great start there. Brad Hayes, evening. Sorry I couldn't make it tonight. That's a terrible start to the race. It does. Buckland 86 looks like the size of a Yaris. Yes, he's quite squished. Unfortunately, after that one, there was a lot going on. But now we're back up and running. We are green again. The safety car has gone in. It's all about the racing. Ben Faulkner's got the jump at the beginning once more. Dylan De Bono, Josh Houghton's in there. You can see them considerably battling it out further up front. Jackson Pringles under attack from De Bono. What's he going to do? Is he going to send him round? He's got to go around the outside.
He goes. He's got it. Is he going to clear the wall?
Yep.
Oh, that was so close. It looked like that tail wag from the contact he was going to get was going to push him in nose tail into the wall, but he did well to get out of that. That was so hairy. That was crazy.
Caleb Bellick's in there as well. He's chasing down Dan Byrne, the man from Carlins. And then we've got Pioneer DJ, then Velocity SimLab, then Velocity there as well. Jamie Davis from the SRW, Dan Batush ETS, and David Gallo from Carlins, all battling it out to try and get in that top 10 spot. They want that top 10. They need that top 10. Why? Because it is a big difference between first and 11th. There's 10 places between them as well. So they've got to make sure they're in that top 10. That puts pressure on Gallo, Kat Kazinos, Ty Delaney from Fishy Motorsports down in 13th. That man's had a run and a half, Steve. Not having a great one at the moment.
I'll tell you what, though, what has happened is the pros, and my brother has spun again.
Yeah.
All the pros have made themselves to the top 13, except for Callum Hodgkinson, who's making his way through right now. So, oh, we have another one. Caleb's in there. Rushford's in there. Oh, how'd they get out of that?
Danny Burns in there as well. Bellick hit the curb and he went up in the air like a rocket trying to head to the moon. He's caused a big backlog behind. You can see all 5 of them there as well. Side by side, Velocity SimLab, Ratcliffe and Kat Gazinos. Then you've got David Gallo in there as Ty Delaney trying to make his way through after the carnage that was Caleb Bellick hitting the curb, shooting that up into the air like an absolute rocket. Jamie Davis is now trying to go round on the outside of turn 3. Is he going to make it through? He does. Oh, there's a spinner in front.
Oh, there's a spinner.
Oh, Gowans. Dougie Gowans has gone round.
Dougie Gowans has done it. Oh, no. He was all on his own too, wasn't he?
He was.
Oh, I think he's just overdriven it. But how was that pass there by Jamie Davis on Ballack?
Well, this is what Bellick did here. They got the... Oh, he hit the curb. Oh.
Look at that. Oh, he's taken out. Oh, who was that? That was taken out. Was that Gallo?
No, Byrne. I think that was
Daniel Byrne.
Byrne.
Yep.
He just shot Byrne into the upper realms of the atmosphere there. Unfortunately for Dougie Gowans, he's gone round. He's further down the order as well. Josh Houghton is in the mix. What about De Bono? Well, he's got this man, Jackson Pringle, climbing all over the back of him from Vermilion. They've got Josh Houghton behind that as well. But that was just absolute carnage what went on behind. Now Bellick and Jamie Davis are going at each other again. Bellick's on the inside for the run down into turn 12. He slots in behind him. The right hand is going to come up. Stay off the curbs, Caleb. Stay off the curbs. We did mention this. Round to turn 13. But is Bellick going to be in trouble, do you think, for that incident, as your brother looks like he's just done another pirouette?
I think that's Anderson that's done it. Dean's in the red. I think he may be in trouble for that one, mate. I'm not sure if his car was completely off track, but it was... It wasn't much space there for him to make, and he did move the other car over. My gut's telling me he's going to come up for it, but we'll see.
Josh King.
That's Josh King. Yep. Just. That's all right. It's all right. You just gather yourself up, dust yourselves off, and you just keep going.
Yeah, they are. The battle for the top 10 now. That's found Ty Delaney in the top 10. The man from Fishy will be on the pole for the next round if he can stay where he is. Kat Gazinos has jumped in there as well. Gallows into the 9th place. Jay Schultz is the only one in 11th for the moment that's under pressure. He has got Dan Batush trying to pressurize him as well. So Dan needs to get past the man from Fishy, which is this young lad of Ty Delaney. He's sitting back watching the action out in front. It is David Gallo, Sam Katgazinos going at each other. Bellick's trying to go around the outside again. Once more of him and Shane Ratcliffe there. Maybe possibly having a little bit of a coming together.
Hey, mates.
Ratcliffe in the wall.
He's come out the other side clean, but they're still going side by side, the two teammates. They're going to cause themselves a bit of damage, sliding behind him, son, and getting there safely. Well, tell you what, JP, the timing tower is all yellow and orange still. There's a couple of small gaps, but nothing major. And this front runners for the Pro-Ams with Cameron Hardwick on my other screen is fighting like crazy as well. So what you're seeing, viewers, on the front here is also happening mid-pack as well. So these boys are going crazy there.
Yeah, absolutely. Cat Casinos is in 7th. You can see all the way down to Matty Feely in 16th. That is the amount of cars we have in a line. We've still got 10 minutes left. We've had a safety car. We've had the big one with about 7 or 8 cars. It looks like Piccoli's just been involved in something again, just almost looking like it's on its own, but we're 3 wide further up front as well. Ty Delaney, Jay Shorts, Dan Batouche there. Oh, hold it.
That was close. That was so close.
Oh, Dan Batouche from ETS, unfortunately, has just lost some places again there, and it's all going off now. We're starting to see these little pockets again. You can see we've still got these run of cars, but then we get to about a second where we just hit Mark Cochran, and then we got Matty Feely, Cam Hardwick, Dan Batouche all battling it out, and at the moment it's Ty Delaney, Fishy Motorsport, sitting in 10th place. We'll get the pole for the 40 minutes. We can see Gallows trying to go through the middle, 3 wide here as well. This is can't work.
This is suicide. This is suicide.
Oh, it was.
Gallows just pulled out. Gallows just pulled out of there. The two velocity cars took each other out. There's going to be a safety car there.
Oh, then
and Ben's doing here right in front, parked as well. So I don't know what's happened here. That was silly, boys. I don't think that was Gallows' fault. He pulled out, and I think the 2 velocity cars hit each other.
Oh,
yeah, they did.
I don't know if they did, you know, because looking back at where... Oh, yeah, Cat Casinos runs into him. And
Why are you racing each other like that? Why are they racing? That was 2-3 corners side by side of the velocity boys.
Oh,
they should know better. Oh, look at that car moved backwards as well instead of holding its brakes. Ah, who's that?
David Gallo, yeah.
He's probably going to get... You know what? He's the victim there, but he's probably going to get a penalty for that because he moved under brakes.
Unfortunately, there it's going to be should be coming along with David Gallo. We've got Cat Casinos now down in 15th. That's promoted, and I see Mark Cochran has promoted himself up into 10th. He's got the pole for the next one. Can he hold it? That's going to be the problem. He's got the ever-looming ETS Motorsports Dan Batouche in that customary green livery we see every single week, closing him down, going off round turn 5, the left-hander of 6 here. Can Batouche make this move over the next 8 minutes, Steve, to take that final 10th spot away?
Tell you what, mate, that carnage in the back is still going on with RC. They're trying to sort it out. There was so many cars involved in that incident with the 2 velocity boys taking each other out. So it's going to take a while for RC. I think my gut is telling me that during the break they'll be still doing reviews of the incidents of this session.
I think there could be a lot of pit lane starts on that feature, because to be honest, I wouldn't expect anything but pit lane starts, because they are not going to have time to decipher who went where, who did what, who did when in the race time that we've got left. We've only got 7 minutes. They had the big one right at the beginning they've got to try and deal with. Then they had another big one in the middle. It's going to be hard for them. So for me, I would recommend, if RC are watching, I would just do as much as you can and then go pit lane start for race 2, because they're not going to be able to get that done in time. There's so many, and you know, they're not supermen, are they? Let's be real about it.
Yeah, look, it is. And you know what? When you say let's be real about it, these cars in real life on this track, the same thing would be happening as we're seeing right now. Because it's so competitive and so close in pace. The boys are just going to be hunting each other all the way through. We go. Okay, they're still going through. They're talking about a few incidents. I'll turn my ear off because it's distracting at the moment. But, oh, look at this again, that same corner. It seems to be a bit of a point where they think they can come across the inside and then do it. There, Black QPR and Mark Cochran from Apex. Cochran's got the nice in line. Who's that? Matty Feely behind him. Nice and clean, Matty. Matty is a driver that will drive to stay in the race. So if he has to pull out and it costs him that one spot, he will do it. He'll drive that little bit safer so that he can be there at the end of the race and get in there. Unfortunately, sometimes he gets clobbered and taken out, but he's done well. He's in 12th place, up 5 places. Biggest mover and shaker is Luke Crum, up 13 places. Doing a stellar job. I'll put him up on cam on my side of the screen. Doing a really good job there.
I am going to correct you on that one. I'm going to correct you on that one. Shannon Howards is up 14.
Oh, he is too. Yeah, 2 spots down.
Yeah.
Doing really well. Yeah.
So Shane Allen's
Shane
up 40.
Allen is. I think he's improved this season. He's got a little bit more pace in him. I think he just needs to work more on his consistency and patience. Just it. That's it. His pace is slowly coming. I can see him for every race I'm watching. He's getting faster and faster. Josh Horton's doing well. He's putting the pressure on De Bono. But Ben Faulkner, with all these incidents that have been behind, he's brought it out by 5 seconds.
Oh, Joshy Houghton's internet's going a bit crazy. There was talks of that right at the beginning as well. Josh Houghton's internet was having a little bit of a nightmare. I think it was something. There was of about 795 ping going into this race, so hopefully it settles down for the young lad as well. But it has taken a little bit of a spat there. That's Wakefield trying to remove himself from the equation. We've got Katkazinos, Feely and Ferguson in the pits. Why have we got oh dearie me, what has gone on down here with Jordan Ferguson?
Yeah, Feely and Ferguson are both in the pits. Not sure what they've had. Or what's going on.
Oh, another one hit the curb.
Oh, he's just launched it. Oh. Yeah, that was you're not going to make that. Oh, and then there's a car spinning to avoid the contact as well.
It looks like Matty Feely's put himself in a wall here. Whoa! What was that? That was
Matty Feely on his own.
I don't know, Steve. I can't answer that question why he's in the wall.
He might have had a bit of damage there from before. Oh, look, he's hit the inside wall.
Yeah, he hit the wall, didn't he?
He's hit the inside wall just here on the right-hand side, just under the shadow.
And he's gone and punched the pit lane in. No, that's just a random bit of... Oh, May.
Yeah, he's just touched it.
Oh,
trying to get too much of a tight angle across there, and that's cost him big time. Balak's in the pits as well. I think he's doing a
drive-through. Yeah, I think that's the incident with Dan Byrne.
Yeah.
Now that's put
Correct.
down Batouche.
He's got his drive-through.
Yeah, Batouche, Hardwick and Cochrane now. Cochrane's back in the top 10 again. Hodgkinson's just missing out. Batouche and Hardwick are going side by side, coming round the right-hander of turn 4. Batouche does make it through. Then they're going to go left for 5 and then into turn 6 there. So great job from these guys. Dan Batouche is still battling away. There is people in the pits. Matty Feely, Russell Gander, Josh King, John Gallen, Brad Anderson are all in the pits. We've got no Greg Barber, Adam Hughes or Ben Simpson. We've had a lot of people into the pits. Carl Gretsch has gone into the pits. Jay Schultz, Caleb Ballack, Wayne Edwards, Chris Tomlin has gone in. Sam Katkazinos went in for a drive-through. Jordan Ferguson, Phil Butland, David Gallo, Kevin Wakefield, Pickley and Ben Phelan. I felt like I was reading out the grid again on that list, and that was just for the people who have been in the pits.
That's a classic, isn't it? But just to bring you back to reality, so the top 3 in the pros: Ben Faulkner, Dylan De Bono, and Joshua Horton. Gapped out. Dylan and Josh are still finding out for the second step of the podium. In the pro-ams, Cam Hardwick, Mike Cochrane. Bit of gap between them, and third is Luke Crum. Luke Crum is getting up there again. And then we've got in the amateurs, Greg Johnson and Shane Newens and Kyle Gretsch. So Greg Johnson could be getting, I think it might be his first top step for this season.
I think you might be right. Shane Nowens is in second with Carl Gretsch behind him. Then you've got Cam Hardwick, Mark Cochrane, Luke Crum. So great from him. Want to just clear things up, guys, as well. Chris Thompson is, although he's got PA next to his name, that unfortunately needs to be changed within the iRacing League. He is actually an AM. So we will get that change going forward, but he is actually an AM. Luke Crum with Jack Anderson. Anderson's on the inside. He's just about to make his way. No, he's not. He just got it all a little bit P-tong, and unfortunately for him, he's had to settle back in behind him again as Jack Anderson. So he did all the hard work catching up with him and just unfortunately could not get there. Kevin Wakefield and Phil Buckland and Jay Schultz looks like they could be another set of victims into the pits. De Bono and Houghton not far apart now as well. This could be, and I believe it might be this time around the final lap. I didn't see Barney waving. We're going to have a look. Is he going to be waving this time, and as he is, it's going to be very close. It is the final lap by 6 seconds. They're going to have one more go on that one. Ben Faulkner getting over the line within 6 seconds. Joshy Houghton has got one more lap to try and get to Bono.
Oh, good. Some good racing. Look, they look like they're glued together through those S's then. That was sensational watching them go through. It was like synchronised drifting without the drifting. Very well done. And DeBono's trying to break that drag. Trying to break that drag. He's got only one movement to make. He's done well. He's got himself in a position where Horton has to stay on the outside. This is going to be a fight till the very end. We're talking at the moment. This gap between them.
He's opened it up. He did the wall. Joshy Houghton goes through on the final lap, going round turn 5.
How the hell did he hold that?
Oh, De Bono hit the wall. He scrubbed his speed. He didn't stay next to it as well. The natural projection of the car is once you hit the wall, you're going to come off to the right-hand side. De Bono did that. Houghton took the opportunity. He said, thank you very much. I am sliding up the inside here, and he did do. Now use the back marker. He has done again. There's only a few more corners left for Joshy Houghton. Can he hold on? De Bono's putting him under pressure. Round the left-hander of 8. Now we're going to come into turn 9 now as well. Houghton looks like he's going to have this. He's opened up half a tenth. He looks like he's going to hold on. De Bono's going to try and slide it up the... Oh, Dylan there thought about it. He thought about it, but it is going to be Ben Faulkner. Faulkner's going to take the victory in the pros. Absolutely dominating again. Yeah, he did what he had to do. He got out in front. I said if they give him an inch, he'll take a mile, and he did do that as well. Here comes now Joshy Houghton takes that second place after De Bono's mistake on the final lap of the race. Great job from him. And then we're going to go down into the Pro-Ams. It looks like Cam Hardwick is going to come over the line and take that victory in the Pro-Ams. A great job from Hardwick. He's going to be followed over the line by Cochran, and then Jack Anderson will finish off that final podium spot. So great job here from Cam. Takes that win in the Pro-Ams. What's happening down in the Ams? Well, I can tell you now, it's this man, Greggy Johnston, is going to wrap up the win. Yep. So great job from Greg. Well. Yeah, he did. Absolutely stellar job from him with Nowens, who is up 15 places now into that second place. And then Carl Gretsch, who had a bit of a rocky start at the beginning, didn't really go anywhere off the line. And unfortunately, he is, well, fortunately for him, he's finished in third place. So great job from all the guys there as well. And if that's race 1... What you say? Yes. What, are we going to have 3 big ones this time during the 40 minutes? Because they've got extra time to make a collision.
It's going to be very interesting. I'm hoping it stays clean. I really do hope it stays clean. But we've got 2 Pro-Ams start on. No, not 2. Yes, 2 Pro-Ams starting on the front row of the grid. Mark Cochran and Jamie Hardwick are in position 1 and 2 with the reverse top 10, followed by Dan Bartouche and Ty Delaney on the second row, Shane Ratcliffe, Jamie Davis on the third row, Jack Pringle, Dylan De Bono 4th row, and then Joshua Horton and Ben Faulkner on the 5th row. That's going to be very interesting to see how these boys work their way through. Thank God it's not a top 20 reversal.
Oh, can you imagine that? That would have spiced it up, wouldn't it? Let's be real. Oh, yeah. Even a top 15.
We had to get rid of it. We did it last season. We had to get rid of it.
Oh, if you did a top 15, we would have had Shane Nowens and Greg Johnson on the front row. I'd have loved to see that. That would have been amazing. They just got to park their car right and they could hold on to the positions. Brad in YouTube chat there, that's nearly a Detroit version of Monster on the Barfirst. Yeah, it was like an absolute car park. We're just waiting for Kevin Wakefield to come over the line. He did manage to stay in front of the leader beforehand, so we have just got to wait for Kev to come round. He's on his way round turn 7 now for him, for that Celiac liveried machine. He didn't unfortunately get to the end of that one. Let's bring you up the results from heat number 1. It was an interesting fight, let's put it that way. Ben Faulkner is your winner by 10 seconds over Houghton and then De Bono. That's your 1, 2, 3 in your pros, with Jackson Pringle, Jamie Davis, Shane Ratcliffe, Ty Delaney manages to get his way back up into 7th. Great drive by that young man. Dan Patous, Cam Hardwick and Mark Cochran round out the 1, 2 in the Pro-Ams. Don't forget they're going to be on the front row with Cochran in pole. Then you've got Callum Hodgkinson, Jack Anderson is your 1, 2, 3. In the Pro-Ams on that one. Then we've got Luke Crum. Greg Johnson in 14th with Shane Nowens and Carl Gretsch. That's your 1, 2, 3 in your AMs. Marty Walker in 17th. Dan Byrne down in 18th after being involved in an incident with Caleb Bellick. Then we've got Dougie Gowans down in 19th who solo spun. Caleb Bellick down in 20. He had to serve a drive-through. Then Jay Schultz in 21st. Wayne Edwards, Chris Tomlin, Jordan Ferguson. Then we've got Phil Buckland, David Gallo, Matt Feely, Sam Gazinos, another man of a drive-through after having an incident with his teammate as well. So that'll be an in-session Velocity SimLab debrief. Then we have Kevin Wakefield in 29th and Vic Bensvalen in 30th. Then we got the 2-lap down Stephanie Pickley, Dean Sinkovic, who had more spins than a ballerina at Swan Lake, unfortunately for him in race number 1. Josh King in 33rd, Russell Gander in 34th. Then we got Brad Soper. Brad Anderson is your final face finish. Sorry, Dean, if you're listening to that one, mate, I couldn't help it. So there we go.
He's got a hard skin, mate. He'll be right.
Well, that's good then, mate. It makes me happy to know that I've just slightly offended the boss. But there we go. What more can we ask for?
Not at all, mate. Not at all.
Right.
Not at all.
40 minutes to go. Right. 40-minute race to go, Steve. What do we think? We had one in a 20-minute. One safety car in a 20 minutes. So technically, if I do maths, and I can do them correctly, 40 is doubled 20. Are we going to see double the amount of safety cars in the 40 minutes?
I think if we get one, we'll definitely get two. Because people are going to be inching and trying to get past, and it's a good opportunity to make some passes, so they're going to be careful. So I think that's going to be a cause for a second one in the second race. I'm just looking at the grid. Dean actually got beaten by Stephanie Piccoli tonight too, so Stephanie's done a decent job as well. And picking on the boss is all right in this league, mate, because the admin boys that won for a couple of races changed my name on screen to Steve Sinkovic. So so that was one that they put on me for a couple of races, and I was like, all right, guys, enough's enough.
Yeah, you don't want it blasted all over the broadcast, do you? You know, as he goes into Dean's name and changes it.
So if people having fun and having a laugh, I don't mind. You know, it's all good. It's all about our viewers having a bit of a laugh with us as well, and enjoying our broadcast as much as the piss we take out of ourselves and some of the drivers as well. That we got on track at the moment. Is this one of my boys? It is one of my boys.
Yeah, we got Russell Ganders out on circuit. He had a bit of a nightmare in race 1, was involved in a little bit of ta-ta-ta. Then we got Luke Crum from LCR, Brad Anderson in the green machine, and then we got Greg Johnson. Not that Greg needs to worry about going out on track. He did take the victory in the AMS last time around, so great job from him there for Greg, and hopefully we can have a chat with him after we see what happens in this next one. Don't forget, 40 minutes reversed top 10. So who does that put on pole? It puts Hardwick and Cochran in the 1-2 spot. Do you know what, right? I really hope that these guys fight that front end out. They don't just allow the pros to go through. You know, they're not puppies. They don't need their belly tickled to get them out of the way. You know,
not at all.
Give them some
They're
grief.
well within their rights to race. Exactly. Well within their right to put their elbows out. Well within their rights to take the centre line and make it hard to pass, mate, because that's what it's all about. If it bottlenecks the field, so be it.
I agree. I think that's the thing. Too many times we've seen the likes of Faulkner coming through, De Bono coming through, you know, a couple of the other pros as well, Ratcliffe, Houghton, they're all coming through, and everybody, it's like the parting of the Red Sea, you know what I mean? They all kind of like move out the way, and I just want them to get in there and go, right, I'm not, do you know what, I don't have to, so I'm not going to let you through. through. And here as well, you can park your car in the middle of the racetrack and make it as difficult as possible for them to get through. So I'm really hoping the likes of Hardwick, the likes of Cochrane, and everybody in front of Faulkner de Bono give it a good old go. I do love a good trier up here in the booth, so let's have some of it and see if we can get a pro-am victory. Yeah, I agree. I think we should go with that one. But here is the grid. Cam Hardwick in first with Mark Cochrane, on pole with Cam Hardwick in second, and Dan Batouche in third. Ty Delaney, Shane Ratcliffe and Jamie Davis round out row 3. Jackson Pringle, Dylan de Bono in row 4, then Josh Houghton and Ben Faulkner in that row 5 spot. Callum Hodgkinson in row 6. He's alongside Jack Anderson. Luke Crum in 13th with Greg Johnson rounding out row 7. Shane Nowers and Carl Gretsch on row 8. Marty Walker, Dan Byrne on row 9, and Dougie Gowan to Caleb Bellick. That's going to be an interesting row 10, I can tell you that much. Jay Schultz in 11th with Wayne Edwards in 12th. Then we've got Tomlin and Ferguson rounding out the 24th spot. Phil Buckland, David Gallo down there in 26th. Matty Feely, who hit a wall and put himself into the other side in 27th. Kat Gazinos in 28th. Then you got Wakefield, Bex Valen, Stephanie Pickley, Dean Stinkovich, Josh King, Russell Gander, Brendan Soper, and John Gallen round out the top 36. Then we got Brad Anderson behind that with the guys in RC. I think Ben Simpson, Barber, and Hughes did not take to the grid, so we'll keep an eye on that one there once again. But 40 minutes here, Steve, as well. Surely it's going to go all right, isn't it?
It's going to be great, mate. It's going to be great. I don't even know where to look and what to think anymore, mate. I'm just like, fingers crossed. Let's just get these first 2 laps clean and panning out. Just so you know, I got my camera on Ben Faulkner. So we'll have the cars passing through the grid coming up. Brad Hayes has put a comment on as someone who races. I think it's not a matter of people moving over so much, but those fast guys throwing it down beside you, pushing you for a pass, placing the lower grade drivers in an uncomfortable position. Yeah, look, it is about them putting pressure on you in the back, getting in your mirrors, putting the nose in where it's not really you're comfortable with, but it is, unfortunately, it's still racing. As long as it's clean, it's legal.
I agree. I think that's the thing. You know, they've got to just make sure that they stay ahead. And I know, obviously, you know, we think that they don't participate, don't battle, and that's what we want them to do. I think that's the thing. We want Mark Cochrane, we want Cam Hardwick, we want the likes of Dan Batouche, Ty Delaney. You know, give them a good old go. You don't need to roll over. You don't need to puppy it up, as we say, and just move out the way. Give it a good old go. You know, if they send it and they spin you around, they're on RC, they're on a drive-through, and they're out the way anyway. So, you know, 2 ways of looking at it.
So an interesting thing we're seeing right now is viewers out there, there's 39 or whatever, 38 cars out there on track, 28 or 29, whatever it is, that go all the way around to the pit entrance.
Here we go.
That's how far back.
5 lights. We are up and running underway. There's a couple of people in the pit lane, Gallo and Gander. We think they've suffered, but Cochrane's got off the start with Cam Hardwick, Dan Batouche and Ty Delaney on there as well. We can see Faulkner on the bottom right of your screen now. Cochrane's holding on. Hardwick's there. Batouche is still there. Faulkner's trying to make moves, but he's still in that 10th place. They're 2 wide up front as well. Hardwick and Cochrane going side by side, coming into the right-hander of turn 3. We've got a jigsaw puzzle piece behind us. Try and work this one out. I can't. Faulkner's in there. Oh, Bono's gone round. Davis has gone round. Safety car all day. Parking lot going on. Absolute parking lot. It's got to be.
Yep. Yeah, I think that, Pringle's broken as well. I think that move from Ben put someone off and it spun them. We'll see it when we replay it, but
I'm not seeing the safety car out on the track. I am not seeing the safety car. I am going to believe we are still racing, Steve. We're still racing. Oh, that was a big one as well.
I'm not sure.
So there is...
I'm not sure. They haven't called. Safety cars haven't been called yet. I haven't heard it. They're still clean. They're still racing.
Look where Faulkner's coming from. Dude, you can't expect space there. Never in a moment. He didn't even make
he's
the
completely
corner.
off track there.
Yeah.
He's completely off track. Yeah.
That is...
Oh, and that's pushed whoever that is into Bartouche and Bartouche around.
Look at that.
Oh, it's his own teammate he spun. That's his teammate he's got on the inside there.
Where do
Oh, no. So he's got Pringle onto Bartouche. And then they've spun around. Davis is there, spun around as well.
That has got Pringle, De Bono, Houghton, Batouche, Hodgkinson, Crum, Nowens, Davis, Greggy Johnston, Dan Byrne, Carl Gretsch, Jay Schultz, all involved in that one at the beginning, and that has just caused an absolute mass drama. But I can tell you one thing, surely there's got to be a drive-through or some form of penalty coming, right? And he was miles away, he wasn't even on the track at the point of corner entry there for Ben Faulkner, so that's got to be, I think, a drive-through or something incoming there for that young man who kicked all that off, and it has been an absolute fight at the front, but we've still got our two PAs there as well. Cam Hardwick, Mark Cochran leading the way, and with Shane Ratcliffe, Ty Delaney and Dylan De Bono right behind him. Further back we got Danny Byrne, he's trying to have a scrap with Carl Gretsch, Dan Batouche, Matty Feely, Luke Crum, Dougie Gowans is just trying to go past Crum now as well, and it's all kicked off right at the beginning. So there we go. There's got to be a penalty. Surely there's got to be something coming for Ben Faulkner.
I'd probably suggest so. Oh no, looks like De Bono. Is that De Bono down the back? No, it's not. It's Dougie Gowans or one or the other. It is De Bono. Yeah, he's hit the wall. I just saw Ballack is up 14 places. So what has he done? Has he just lost it on his own?
Oh, curb.
Yeah, he's held it, and then he's... Oh, no. Oh, that could have been a steer. That could have been a hardware problem.
Yeah, I weren't quite sure. I was going to say, something's gone on there, because I weren't quite sure. Oh, his steering's broke. Look.
Yeah.
It's already broke.
Yep.
Oh, did that? The question was it broken at the moment that they had that contact earlier on with Caleb Bellick? The problem is you can't really, if it was already broken, you can't. See, he's bounced the curb. That's him gone wrong once. Bellick's he's trying to come up. Look,
If Jamie Davis has got himself a drive-through there.
What for?
Not sure, mate, to be honest. Not sure. Lap 1, turn 3, Jamie Davis was black flagged.
Lap 1, turn 3?
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think that was the incident we were talking about before, but
well, this is a start. There's Jamie in the middle. He's coming down into turn 1, so that's his turn 1 move. There's his turn 2. He's side by side at the moment for the man. Yeah, he gets it into the wall there. We've got a safety car gone out. So what does Davis do as he's coming into turn 3? Has he caused a bit of a drama, a bit of incidents? Faulkner's gone and sent it. I'm not sure what he did wrong.
He's tapped the car there as well. He has tapped the car there, but yeah.
Well, the safety car.
Well, it is what it is. Yeah. Anyway, safety car is out, and we'll go through it. We'll see what they've seen. Something different to what we've seen, which is always the case when you're watching these, watching this come through. Interesting.
Yeah,
that's a bit of a different light. I didn't see the original contact with Jamie Davis with the car on the inside. We saw the contact from the outside. So it is what it is. Race controls called it that way.
Yeah, I wonder if this is what the safety car is for. This is Caleb Bellick with Ty Delaney. That was at the front of that. But surely they wouldn't have caused a safety car for that one if we didn't get a safety car right at the beginning.
He's right on the racing line. He's right on the racing line in the fast corner.
So Ben Faulkner's in front, and I haven't got him in the pit lane yet.
No. We've only had one penalty given. And that
hold on.
Jamie
Then are they blaming? Are we saying? And I'm trying to be very diplomatic in my wording here. Are we saying Davis was responsible for the turn 1 incident at the beginning? Is that what they?
Yes.
How?
Yep.
How is that became a thing?
I'm not sure, mate. It looks like he had definitely made contact with who's that in front of him right now on the left.
Where is
he makes contact with?
Yeah, but look at Faulkner here on the inside.
So there's two different incidents there. There's two different accidents.
Faulkner kicks
So
off
Jamie's
the
hit the guy on the left back here, but then on the right hand side there's another point of impact. There's two incidents there that they haven't. Yeah, well, there's definitely two incidents.
They haven't
There's two
addressed
separate
the
incidents.
first
That car
one.
there that we've got sideways, Pringle was spun by his own teammate, not by the incident of Jamie Davis.
But they haven't addressed.
So there's two incidents there in my book.
Yeah, they haven't addressed the fact that Faulkner's gone and caused the initial contact with the carnage. Am I missing?
Well, there's two
something?
incidents there, yeah. Jamie causes one on the outside, and there's one incident on the inside of the corner as well. So there's two separate incidents. So we might hear more. Who knows? We'll see. Sam Kazunos has gone to the pits under safety car.
No, if we have got RC listening, if we can get a clear up of that, because yeah, something's got a bit of a eye on that one. There once again as well. Brad, surely not. Come on, Ben's a friend. Ben was way out of control and took his own teammate out. Well, I can't answer, Brad.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I think that's the problem. And I know this is where James generally gets himself in trouble and ends up in the RC room. But that's what it looks like. And that's where he kicked off the beginning of it all. And
there's two separate instances there, JP. There's definitely an incident there with Jamie, 100%, but that's gone out wide. Then there was another incident coming across the corner, so there was a second incident in there. So I don't know. We'll see. See what the race control goes. Brady Hayes says, "Surely not." Come on, Ben's a friend, and Ben was way out of control and took his own teammate out. Yeah, I think there's two separate incidents there, so that's why we're seeing Jamie go through the thing. He's definitely had an incident there with that driver, so he's definitely got to drive through for that. The other incident maybe hasn't been called in, hasn't been processed yet. Who knows?
Well, let's see what happens here as well. I'm sure.
What are we in? 10-minute mark of the 40-minute race, 30 minutes to go. It's going to turn into a sprint, JP.
Yeah, it is. And we'll wait for news that the safety car... Is the safety car going to be in this lap? I do find it confusing with no lights on, because normally the lights go out and tell me it's going to be in on the final lap. But
yeah,
when we get a safety car with lights, can we not use the car with lights? That would be ideal. Let's see what the safety car does this time around. And see
who's our biggest mover right now? Whoa, look at this. John Gallen is up 11 places.
No, well, you've got 11. I've got 25
places.
25, yeah.
Yeah. Josh King, my boy, is up 21 places. Well done there. Matty Feely up 20. Daniel Byrne up 13.
Who's the safety car?
There's been a spin. There's been a spin in the... in the safety car lap. There's been a spin. Someone's turned someone around. All right, so what we've got now is Ben. Cam Hardwick has done well to maintain second place, mate. He's still up there, which is really good. So he is second on field, second on track, and third.
Oh, Cochrane.
Yeah.
Where did Cochrane go? I've lost
Pricey,
it.
that's normally you, Sinker. What do you mean it's normally me? What's normally me? Oh, spinning under safety car. I think you've done it as many times as me, Pricey. So what I was going to say was, in the pros, we've got Ben Faulkner, Shane Radcliffe, Joshua Horton in the top 3 positions. In the Pro-Ams, we've got Cam Hardwick, Matty Feely, and Wayne Edwards in the Pro-Am top 3 position. And then in the amateurs, we've got Greg Johnson again leading the amateurs with my boy Joshua King in second. And in third is Kevin Wakefield. But they are separated by quite a fair bit of pace there too. So interesting to see. Where's my brother? He's not even registering on my list.
He's in
safety
15th.
Car's going in after that.
He's in 15th.
Oh, he used to. There he is. Yep.
He's in 15th as well.
Yep. He's sitting in 4th.
That's,
all right. So we are tracking along. Spinning with safety car. Yes, I know, Pricey. I've done it before.
Everybody.
I've done a lot of things that other people haven't done on track.
Yeah, everybody's done it at some point or caused some form of chaos. Let's be real about it. You know what I mean? The worst one is under safety car at an oval when everybody checks up and then next thing you know you go and punt somebody and spin yourself round. Not that I've done that one, Pricey. So there we go.
JP. Ben's fastest laps are 1:43.939, and the closest one I can see is, I think, Daniel Bird. Oh, excuse me. Safety car is pulling away, lights are out. Leader is at 90 kph. So the field is being led out by Ben Faulkner.
Let's see what happens here.
Right, here we go.
Safety car's in. Ben's going to lead the field away.
Here we go.
And now
we are green.
Yeah, green and up and running. Ben's got the jump. I'm still not sure how he's in the front. I'm sure there's something incoming, but we're not quite sure what on that one. Now he's lead the field away. Everybody's in that single file. Caleb Balak making moves on the inside over Josh King there as well. Dean Sinkovic trying to stay, keeping his car pointing forward for this race if he can, and he's sitting in 5th place at the moment. Last season's AM champion in the Pro-Ams. Not been a great opening run for Dean, but I'm sure he'll settle in. Gallo in the mix as well. They're going 3 wide into the corner. That's never going to work. There was always going to be contact there as well. Cam Hardwick's lost that place to Shane Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe's now in 2nd place, chasing down on Ben Faulkner. Looks like Pringle and Cochrane have had a little bit of a tat-tat-tat further back, but it is still Ben Faulkner out in front, leading the race here as well.
Oh, tell you what, there's still action aplenty everywhere, mate. It's like car 15 called something in just then. I'm not sure what it is, but you just don't know where to look. The timing tower is completely orange and yellow. Orange being the closer distance between the cars than the yellow. Orange is less than 5/10, so there's not much room between anyone out there. The boys are fighting it left, right, and centre. Look at that! Oh,
Pringle and Cochrane. That could
I
be
don't know
what
where
was
to look.
called in.
Oh, don't move, boy. He's reversed back then too. Like, woof.
Oh,
looks like
in the back.
Oh, we just missed that. It looked like Caleb Balak spun. He's rotated around. He is right on that corner. Is he getting out of the way? Yes, he is. But there's a car facing the wrong way there as well.
I think that might be David Gallo, Dylan DeBono, John Gallen, and yeah. So this is DeBono's little incident. Does he come around? That's where Bellick was already facing the wrong way.
Yeah.
So there's the Bellick incident there. Let's see if we can find out and try and decipher what went on here. That's Greg Johnson, I believe, in front of us. Bellick goes for Then
Balak's turned
Gallen.
right. I don't know if he had enough. He had room on the left. No, Johnson's turned right and rotated him around. I don't know how much room was on the left for him to go, but either one of those is encroached on the other one's space, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. We got Byrne, Hardwick, Batouche fighting it out with Ty Delaney. We're 16 minutes into a 40-minute fight race. We've had a safety car already. Are we going to get a second one? Dan Batouche trying to make a move on Dan Byrne, going down into the right-hander of turn 7. Surely he's just got to send it in. Byrne chops his nose off, says, not this time, young sir. Thank you very much for the attempt, but it's not going to happen. What's happening back with Jack Anderson, Sinkovic, Greg and Schultz as these guys fighting it out for 11th, 12th, 13th and 14th overall. Schultz just sends it on the inside of Carl Gretsch, gets the job done. Dougie Gowans goes through on Gretsch as well after kissing the wall on the way through, so a great move from him, but Hardwick's holding on. Just holding on, his camera.
Hardwick's doing well, mate. Doing well. He's doing well. He's still up there in 4th place. He's doing really well. His pace is pretty good. He's sitting at a 1:45.408. A little bit slower than the guys, but all the guys behind him are 1:45s onwards. So he's got a bit of a bottleneck behind him, and so be it. Just use your elbows and get him out.
Yeah, well, we'll keep an eye out and see how these guys get on and whether or not they can fight it out here. Hardwick's just got to hold on, but he has got the likes of Byrne, Batouche and Delaney right behind him. The man from Fishy Motorsports. Then we've got Blackout OPR, Red Engine Energy, Carlin Motorsports with my boy David Gallo. Then with Jack Anderson, Dean Sinkovic, SRW. Then Dougie Gowans in the mix there with Carl Gretsch behind that one. Callum Hodgkinson from Blackouts in here as well, with Nowens fighting it through. Let's see what happens as these go down into the right-hander of turn number 3. Hodgkinson's on the inside, Nowens is on the outside, and Hodgkinson goes through. Nowens oh, there's a spinner in the front. Oh, that was Chris. I believe that may have been Chris Tomlin who's gone round there. Chris from the LCR, it was. He went round. Jackson Pringle trying to make his way through the field as well, Steve.
Mate, I just spilled my drink with all that action right on my laptop.
Oh dear.
And if I disappear, you know it's the liquid penetrating my motherboard.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Never good. There, Steve. Never good. Oh, that one.
Never
buddy.
good, never good. It is what it is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a bit of action to see. What is there? Oh, Phil Ballack, come on. Yeah, look, it looks like I think it might have been who was it? Greg Johnson might have rotated Callum along there, but you know, it is what it is. We've had a few rotations tonight everywhere. Some boys are getting it more than others at the moment.
They definitely are, and unfortunately you're getting yourself caught up in little incidents and accidents all the way through, but they're side by side, too wide, too deep, going down into turn 3. They're trying to send it 3 wide. I really do not believe this is the best move here from Matty Feely on the outside of Dan Batouche. That was the only thing that was going to happen.
We're getting guys trying to make too wide in these corners, and they're too wide just doesn't work.
All day. We could call that off as soon as he sent it 3 wide. Batouche is still not backing out, because I believe that's Hardwick's on the inside not backing out. And then, unfortunately, that happens. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Pringle's
got himself a drive-through.
Yeah, Bellick's left the pit lane. I think he had repairs to get done on that one around. Ty Delaney has got Dan Batouche closing in. Hartman's got Byrne. This is the battle up front with 20 minutes to go here. That could be an interesting one as well. And see what goes on.
What have you done there, JP?
I am. Do you know the problem is I am biting my tongue at a rapid rate at the moment, because even my eye, and I wear glasses, right? You know. I'm so trying to be diplomatic. If Dave is copping the drive-through for that turn 1, lap 1, I am wondering what the fallout is going to be from that, especially as the man in the lead. If he goes on and wins, it's going to be uproar. It's got to be uproar, isn't it? Because how has that come to conclusion, Steve? I don't
I don't know, mate. They've obviously, it hasn't been called. It hasn't been maybe called in. Someone hasn't called it in. They might not have seen it from our perspective. Who knows, mate? I just don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know. Here's Jackson Pringle doing his drive-through at the moment. He's got himself a drive-through from the RC for an incident early on.
Well, we'll just have to see him play it by ear before James is not going to say any more on it and gets himself in even more trouble. Dougie Gowans has got a very half-battered machine there. If we can have a look back from Carl Gretsch's car there. Look at the bumper. It's off, I think. On. Maybe held on by a tether strip. There you go, a piece of metal holding on Dougie Gowan. It looks like Dougie Gowan's chomping at the bit to get hold of Carl Gretsch there as well. Dougie Gowan's front bumper's moving.
It looks very much like he's chomping at the bit. I'm surprised it hasn't fallen off yet. Maybe we need F1 rules where if your car is not attached properly, you got to go in the pits and remove it.
I don't even know poor old Dougie on that one. What's going to be going on with him? All I know is his bumper's swinging around like an absolute trooper there. Could be his own little battering ram. But Josh Houghton is under. He's sorry, not under attack. He's attacking Dan Burn. They're going side by side over the start-finish line into turn one. Surely Houghton's going to give up and get that inside line done. He is. Is Burn going to try to cut back coming out of two? He's got to get the better run. He's taken a wider line, but I think that's jeopardised his exit, and he's just not going to get there either. So it looks like Josh Houghton is going to hold on. Brad Hayes, I think Steve is onto something. Given Ben took out teammate, I reckon his teammate didn't call it in, so race control haven't looked at it, so Ben gets away free, no penalty. I don't see why they need to call it in. I think it was as clear as day on the screen that was obviously what went on, and if they watched the replay...
They were also doing the incident in the back end as well, so who knows what they see compared to what we see.
Don't know.
Probably not watching what everything we watch. But anyway, it is what it is.
Let's move on, because I'm going to get myself in trouble. So let's go forward and call what's happening down here at the back with Phil Buckland.
Gaps have opened up, JP. Yeah. Everyone's gone to about a minute 30. When you look at a second 30 everywhere, there's only a few really contesting at the moment. Daniel Byrne on the back of Horton, Dan Bartouche on the back of Ty Delaney. Then we've got Jamie Davis and Kyle Gretsch. And then you've got Cam Hardwick. He's got two boys chasing him down, Jackson Pringle and Doug Gowans. So the rest of it is all sort of tapered out a bit. We've got a battle at the very, very back with Phil Buckland.
He's come round! He's come round!
And Kevin White and Jack Edwards.
Dougie Gowans and Cam Hardwick.
Teammates again.
Was this Dougie Gowans' fault? Oh no, Hardwick goes wrong. Gowans tries to avoid him.
He's gone to avoid him. He's gone to avoid him and he's lost control. Oh no. Hardwick's had a bit of a moment, and then Dougie's gone to avoid him, and he's just had a full rotation going. It's not Dougie's night tonight.
No, it's not. But I can tell you what, it's not Buckland's night either. He's got Ben Svalen, he's got Gowans in there, we've got Wakefield in there. Continue to fight. Gowans' bumper has pop back on there, so well done to the people, the magical force that has done that one. But Valen's in this fight with Wakefield and Edwards, so lots of scraps happening there as well. We've still got Houghton and Ratcliffe up the front there, Steve, as we've got another spinner. That is Cam Hardwick going backwards down the circuit there. Not entirely sure how he ended up there. Katkazinos, Butland and Gowans is all fighting it out further up as well, so there's a lot going on throughout the field. We're just trying to pick where the best place to have a look is, to be blatantly honest. So let's keep an eye out as best as we possibly can. Katkazinos is in the mix with Josh King side by side there, as these guys are continuing fighting it out as well. So yeah, a few little pockets.
That's a Greg Johnson, who's in front of the bottom screen at the very top, you can see. He's got the AMs pretty much sewn up for tonight. He is pretty much something like 5 seconds up the road from his nearest competitor. But then we've got Jack Anderson and Dean Sinkovic fighting for the top step of the Pro-Ams tonight. It's good to see Dean not having a spin and driving safely. Hopefully he's not listening to the broadcast, because usually when he hears my voice talking about spinning, he does a bit of a spin. He just needs to finish it clean. And Jamie Davis is behind them as well. So Jamie's probably thinking, I've got to get past Dean somehow, teammate, and keep it clean, because these two guys are holding Jamie up at the moment.
Yeah, Dougie Cowens is on another one. He just another one. Yeah, literally another one. Unfortunately for Dougie, he's now dropped.
Oh, is that in his own?
Yeah, on his own, down in 16th. No contact with anyone, unfortunately. He just has gone round on his back. Greg Johnson is here leading the AMs with Jack Anderson, Jamie Davis, and Dean Sinkovic there as well. Dean.
Here's the pass by Anderson on the outside.
He's got to get it.
He's going to make it stick. He's got control. He's done it. He's nearly gone through. Yes, he's just cleared him. Oh, he's given a bit of headlight flashing. He's done that well. He's done that really well. Yeah,
Jamie Davis there as well. What's going on with Houghton and Dan Byrne? They're still, as they were, 26 minutes on the clock has gone. Dean has now lost a little bit of time. Oh, Dean.
Oh, he's spun. He spun it. What's he done here?
Did he do it on his own? That's going to be the question. Yes.
Yes, he has.
The Sinkovic spinneroonie.
I think he's tried to avoid contact with the car in front of him, and he's just hit the brakes a little bit too hard coming through there. Looked like he's just gassed it. Anyway, he lives to fight another day. He's still sitting in third. He's got a fair bit of place. Jordan Ferguson is down 8 seconds, 10 seconds behind him, 11 seconds behind him. So he's got it. But he's still dropping. So we'll see what's going on there with him later on. The boys are still fighting left, right, and centre. Daniel Byrne and Josh Horton having a bit of fun up front on their own. Greg Johnson and Jack Anderson have just swapped places.
Oh, Greg. There's a reason.
Oh, Greg's actually called that in. Oh, Greg's gone into pits for damage.
I don't know if he hit him.
Don't know. Who was it?
Jamie Davis.
Oh, Jamie.
Oh, yeah, he did. He did. It looks like he just gave him a little bit of.
Yeah, you've got a solid guy in front of you. You got to be wary of the guy's pace in front of you. Dean's in the pit and out of the pit. He must have had too much damage.
Greg's in and out. Jackson's in and out. I can't read who's been into the pits, guys, because it's the majority of the field at the moment. But Valen is still scrapping with Wayne Edwards, which is the battle that we're looking at on your screen at the moment. And you can see Ben Valen on that inside does make that move past Edwards. What about Gowans, who's had a rotten night? I've got to be honest. Nearly ends up in the wall again on the exit of turn number 2. For poor old Dougie there. He's going to have to keep trying to make sure he can hold it. It looks like he's going to get that move done over Wayne Edwards on the inside. Gowan's going to get through, but Svalen just sent it on Buckland. Oh, Vic has gone round. Oh, Dougie Gowans again.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Dougie.
This Gowans on his roof.
Yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't laugh. He's had... I feel for Dougie tonight. He has had a terrible night of luck. So what's going on here? Vic has gone round. He's rotated. Oh, everyone's... Oh, no. Oh, poor Dougie, man. I got a feel for the guy. He's
dude, you have to.
He's had a tough night.
He's still on his roof. You're going to need to tow, Doug.
Yeah.
I don't think you can get it back from there, mate. You know what I mean? You're not a monster truck. It's not going to happen.
So car 65 was somewhere else on the track, Tommy. The boys in race control are absolutely flat out. So people that are viewing, they're asking, why haven't they seen things? Because I can tell you right now, I've got the race safety car has been called. I've got the race conversation in my ear, so I can hear drivers calling things in and all that sort of stuff. And it is being constant. I tell you right now, it's been call after call after call. The record was we had a race, not the last race before, 20 incidents they had to judge on in a 20-minute race. So crazy stuff ahead.
We will wait. Faulkner is in the pit lane. Ratcliffe's in, Houghton's in, Burns in. Everybody's going to... Oh, Ty Delaney goes through. What's going to happen with Dan Batouche? He's thinking about it. You need to wait for him to go in the pit lane, then you can go through. Dan goes through. Jamie Davis could capitalise quite a lot here because he has already pitted. However, it does look like Burns on his way out, Ratcliffe's on his way out. And how far is Davis going to get? Up past Gallo. Does he get Houghton as well? He doesn't. Houghton comes out in front of him. So we are up under safety car. Dougie Gowans is still on his roof.
I think he'll be there for a little bit. They're probably waiting for him to cool down.
He's only got pressed the return to pit button, hasn't he? Oh, Delaney's just spun it under safety car.
Who?
Ty Delaney.
Ty.
Yeah, if we are under safety car, he has just gone and binned it under the safety car, unfortunately.
I think when next time the boys see this track, or the 86s, on the roster of races, everyone will be like, no, let's not do it. There'll be complete disarray. Everyone will say, no, we're not racing that one. Let's rip it out.
Yeah.
Bill, we always want consistency for all races, and we don't know. There'll be maybe a ticket called, who knows? But I can guarantee you that the boys are working very hard. They've got extra staff in there as well tonight. So there's three race controllers in there at the moment sorting out all the carnage. At the end of the day as well, it comes down to the drivers. They need to take responsibility for some of their driving as well, putting their noses in where they're not should have been, and driving a bit smarter. Again, you'll get some incidents that are going to just happen, like your last one with a young fellow of Ballack. That was just a loss of traction of one car onto another car. It takes him out. Dougie Gowans has been at the stick of at the end of the stick of all sorts of silly incidents tonight. And then there's other ones that people have put their nose in where they shouldn't be, and it causes incidents like that. You got a 40-minute race. You can't always expect to make a pass every time the opportunity opens. It's crazy, but it is what it is. It's these cars. They're prevalent to it as well. Front end slide, back end slide.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure we'll see what happens. And go from there. Brad, you are right.
They're still waving around. They're still waving around.
Yeah, Brad says, I agree, Phil. I drive in the series, but there's been a lot of incidents, so a lot of stuff. When drivers cause it through, they tend to get looked at with priority to give the driver a result. So there you go. How's the weather in the UK, JP? We have got sun, Pricey. In fact, I'm so amazed that we've got sun. I went out yesterday and actually took a picture of it because I might not see it again.
What he's saying, everybody, is they've got 15 degrees. They're all jumping up and down, taking their t-shirts.
Mate, there's sun in the UK because you see the first person goes out, puts shorts on because we have to. We don't see it very often, Pricey. So we have to do that. We have to go out and make the most of it. After this, I'm going in the garden, Pricey. Going to get my old chest out and sit back with me, sunbathe a little bit. So got to make the most of it, Pricey. Perfect beer weather. Yes.
Oh, hang on, mate. JP, happy birthday, Shibby Howard. He's just come in and said hello to the boys. Congratulations on an amazing day, and he's going to be a daddy. How many more months left, mate? And to Phil Ballack, appreciate the interaction, guys. Mate, that's what we're here for. We love it when you guys that are watching the show interact with us and ask us questions and get us to debate things. That's what we're here for. Call the race and get you guys involved as well. And we all enjoy it. We sit at the end of the night thinking, wow, that was a ripper race.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't really see. 10 weeks to go, says Shibby. So there we go. Happy birthday, legend on that one, says Pricey there as well. Some of those incidents may get looked at after the race. They weren't called in or didn't get caught during the race. Drivers also have the opportunity to put a ticket in there. I do love Brad. He's coming in with very sensible very sensible comments there. So,
very level-headed.
Yeah, he is.
He's not driving.
Yeah, I bet you it was a different prospect if we're talking to him and he was in the car being involved in some of these. But let's see, we're going to get this up and running once more. The race is going to be
leader has control, so carries in.
Yeah, he's going to be going over the line now as Faulkner. We've got Ty Delaney in second place there as well. Ty does make the jump. Faulkner leads us away. We're only going to have about 2 laps here before the end of the race. So they ain't going to have long, but it looks like Faulkner's got the jump right at the beginning. Further back, what's going on? Kevin Wakefield comes over the line. Is Dougie Gowan still running? Let's see if we can find out. No, he's in pit lane at the moment for poor old Dougie. Gallo is under attack at the moment. He's got Carl Gretsch who's leading the arms. There's a big send from Caleb Bellick in the background. He does manage to make that position stick though and gets it done cleanly. Up front, no. Faulkner, Delaney, Ratcliffe and Houghton, as Houghton and Ratcliffe side by side. Oh,
that was so close. Just enough room left. Just have to run a message there. RIP to car 07. He has 53 minutes worth of damage and is retiring his vehicle. That is Dougie Gowan's finish for the night.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we did see I think he's had more ups and downs as Ratcliffe and Houghton are still fighting it out. Houghton does get the move stuck there. Ratcliffe is in there. Burney's in there. Davis is trying to make his way through once again. Anderson is leading the Pro-Ams. He's just sat in there as he doesn't really have to make anything dangerous to start going forward. Carl Gretsch is doing a great job in the AMS. He's sitting in first place with Tomlin and Johnston. You're 1, 2, 3 on that one. So great action all the way through. Delaney trying to keep Faulkner honest, and he isn't going to have long to try and make this stick, Steve, is he?
Yeah, he's trying to hold on to him. He's still in the toe. He's still at 0.8 so he's just got to maintain that toe. As soon as he loses that toe, he's going to. We're going to see Ben just tear away straight away. These two boys are pulling away from Josh Houghton. They were 1.2 seconds on Josh, and then Radcliffe, Byrne, and Jamie Davis are all under 5/10.
Yeah, we're going to have for this one and one more. It will be the final lap next time around. Carl Gretsch is in there, and he's leading that fight at the moment. He's got Dan Batouche currently trying to go round him with Katkazinos. Think about it. Think about it, Carl. Think about it, son. You don't have to jeopardise it. The only man you got to fight after that is the LCR of Chris Tomlin, and he's now on the back. Now the battle's on. The heavyweights in the arms can go at it now as well. Tomlin and Gretsch scrapping it out, and they're only going to have one more lap to settle this. Who's going to take the lead in the arms at the moment? Is it going to be Gretsch? Is it going to be Tomlin? Well, we'll keep an eye on it as we're going into that final stages of the lap. Ben Faulkner on his way round turn 7. He's got the right-hander, left-hander. Delaney 1.7 seconds back behind that. Houghton a little bit further back. Ratcliffe there as well. Looks like David Gallo has had a little bit of a moment. I've got a funny feeling he has spun. He's moving backwards and forwards, and probably not best there, Mr. Gallo. Try and get it against the wall off the racing line. He's trying to reverse it to get it moving. He has managed to get it back up and running, but David Gallo could be in a little bit of trouble on that one, Steve, after moving after his spin.
They are. Their boys are they're putting a battle on everywhere for us. The viewers are loving it. We're loving it. The front Pro-Ams, Jack Anderson, Luke Crum have just gapped everyone. But Kyle Gretsch, Chris Tomlin, and these amateurs are putting on a bit of a show for us down the back and going for it like crazy. Ty Delaney, see what we said? So he's lost the gap. He's lost that drag, and straight away Ben's just put the foot down. He's 2:55. His last lap was a 1:42.241. I'm pretty sure that is the fastest lap we've had tonight, and he's ripped it apart. But Josh Houghton, what happened just then?
He just cleared Delaney. He just cleared.
I've just missed it while I was talking.
He's just cleared Ty Delaney. Unfortunately,
I was looking at it and I thought, hang on a minute, did I just blink and it just changed positions?
Delaney hasn't looked comfortable. I think that's the thing for me this evening. It's not the normal, calm, consistent Ty Delaney that we've seen. And he hasn't looked comfortable on this track, unfortunately. But then some circuits are like that. Some love them, some don't. You know, yada, yada, yada. Just got to make sure that you obviously try and get the practice in. And he's just not looked comfortable. Faulkner now come round. It is the final lap. He's on his way round turn 9 for the final time. The left-hander of 10. Then we're going to go right into turn 11 as he's going to come round and make it 2 out of 2. We'll have to see what happens after the race, though. But at the moment, Ben Faulkner is coming round turn 12. He's going to get this job done. Is Houghton going to wrap up this second place where we're going to find out? But it is Ben Faulkner. It's going to come over the line. He's going to take the victory here at Belle Isle for the second time this evening. Is it going to stand? We will find out later on, but Faulkner's going to get that victory. Ty Delaney is not going to get out, and Delaney wraps up the 1, 2, 3. What about Jack Anderson? Is he going to hold on to that Pro-Am victory? He is. He's miles ahead of Luke Crum. Anderson comes around. Crum grabs a great second place for him. Tomlin did clear Gretsch.
Yeah, Tomlin's just passed Gretsch with 22.22 on the last and final couple of corners back, so he's got himself on the podium, top step. He'll be stoked. We might even get a nudie run from him tonight.
Steve Sinkovic did come over the line. He took 3rd in the Pro-Ams, so a great job from him. Russell Gander has got the 3rd in the Ams, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, he has. Yeah, so the AMs is Chris Tomlin, Kyle Gretsch, and 3rd is Russell Gander.
Yeah, Russell Gander did wrap up that 3rd place in the AMS. Great job from him as he takes that 3rd place there as well. I believe that's his first podium of the season, if I'm not mistaken, for Russell.
Yes, I believe it is too. Yeah, I don't remember him coming into the top step for a chap. Jack Anderson as well. I don't think he's been that fortunate of getting a top step as well. So he is a teammate of our boy Hamish Munro. So they're teammates, so he'll be stoked as well. It's an interesting night, mate. What a epic battle from top to bottom. Viewers, I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as me and JP enjoyed it. It was action galore. We've tried to spread the love across the top of the field and bottom of the field with the split TVs. Oh my God. JP, I think one of my favourite moments was the Josh Horton pass under brakes in the first split on Dylan DeBono. The way he was wiggling and just maintained control and inside that corner was just phenomenal. That was probably one of my passes of the night tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Pricey, I'm not doing it. You can't put me on the spot like that, Pricey. I'm not doing it, Pricey. You cannot do that to me. You cannot say that in YouTube chat and expect me to follow through. You will get me in deep doo-doos. It would not end up going well for me, Pricey, on that one. So I'm going to leave all interviews to Steve this evening, partly because I'm just going to sit back and hold my tongue. Right, Ben Faulkner is your winner with Josh Houghton and Ty Delaney. You're 1, 2, 3 in your pros. Shane Ratcliffe in 4th, Jamie Davis 5th, Dan Byrne in 6th. Then you got Jack Anderson and Luke Crum, the 1-2s in the Pro-Am so far. They're separated by Dan Batush and Sam Catgazzino. Steve Sinkovic with his 3rd place in the Pro-Ams. Great job from Dean. Battles his way back after he had his little winner Spinovich in the first one there. Jordan Ferguson in 12th. Then we got the AMs of Russell Gander, Greg Johnson and Josh King. Why is Gander and where is Tomlin and why are they swapped round? What am I missing on them results?
Don't know.
That was completely different to what I saw coming over the line. So was there penalties there?
On track, I saw them. Yeah, on track, I saw Tomlin cross the line first.
Yeah, not too sure.
But even on the SDK live timing app, Tomlin has come in 11th and Gretsch 12th. So the SDK producers app is reversing it.
Yeah, unless there's been penalties. But Gander Johnston King, your provisional AMs, I'll say that under provisionally. Then we got David Gallo behind that one, John Gallen, Caleb Bellick in 18th, and Chris Tomlin down in 19th. So I do wonder if there was penalties for him and Carl Gretsch, because Phil Butland's there as well. Wayne Edwards, Matty Feely, Kevin Wakefield, Jackson Pringle, Stephanie Pickley rounds out the top 26 with Shane Nowers in 27th. Ben Svalen and Brad Anderson wrap up that 28th and 29th. They are a lap down at this point. Then we've got the likes of Doug Gowans, who didn't finish. We saw Dougie's had a roller coaster. He had more ups and downs and rounds and ended up on his roof at one point, the poor old Dougie. Then we've got Mark Cochran, Cam Hardwick, Colin Hodgkinson, Jay Schultz, then DeBono, Martin Walker, not your last of the finishers there as well. Steve, interviews waiting. Steve, go for your life.
So what I'll do is I'll let race control to just get the top 3 of the pros in the room. First position for the Pro-Ams, which will be Jack Anderson, and we will go with Chris Tomlin as the amateur win, because that's what my SDK is saying at the moment, and we'll go back from there further later on. So I will start. Well, Luke Crumb's in there. He's second. We won't go to Lukey. Sorry, Luke. As much as I'd love to have a chin wag with you, we'll go to Jack Anderson because he is the winner of the Pro-Ams, and we don't have the AMS winner at the moment. Mr. Jack Oz, how you going, buddy?
G'day, fellas.
How was that, mate?
Oh, it was awesome.
Is it? All right, it's not a lot of people. I like this track, right? And I love a lot of cars around me. It's just, I'm an idiot. I just love it. What about you? How was it for you? Are you the same as me? You're just a moron for loving a lot of cars on track?
Oh, it's always a lot of fun with a lot of cars on track, and this place is just, it's another level. It just turns on the excitement. I know a lot of our boys really love the street tracks, and this one in particular. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun battling with Crummy and a couple of the other boys for quite a while.
So, did everything go to plan for you guys, or was it just really just hit it, stay safe, and just go for it? Was there much strategy involved tonight?
No, it's just keep it clean, really. To be honest, just try and stay away from all the other incidents that happen. We changed setup. Well, I changed setup. I gave Crummy a setup for race 2, and we both ran it, and it 3-wheeled a lot, so that was a lot more fun than race 1. But yeah,
that's good, mate. That's awesome. Well, it sounds like you had fun. It sounds like you're a bit tired, actually, mate. It take a bit out of you.
Yeah, I haven't been well, so
that's right. You were a bit crook, yes.
Recovering. But other than that, yeah, it definitely does take a bit out of you as well. So.
Excellent, mate. Well, good to see you back on the road to recovery with a top step. That's your first top step with SRW?
Yeah, I believe it is actually, yeah.
Cherry pop moment. Nice. Nice. Yeah. I always do like the cherry pop moments. As part of tradition that Brett Taylor has set in the V8 Ams, his first podium, he did a nudie run. So you'll be expected to do the same, mate. I'd like to see proof on the socials.
All right, I'll get Hamish to send you some.
Mate, on behalf of Hamish and your team, who gets you guys on track and supports Velocity Racing Team?
Oh, well, actually, Hamish and I are actually in different teams, but yeah, Cheeky Squirt, Alcoholder, Rap Studio, and just all the boys for getting around it and turning laps every week.
Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations on your first podium at SRW. Hope your luck continues for the rest of the season. I think this might be the last street circuit, if my memory serves me correctly. So it won't be as hectic as this. But good luck, mate, and thanks for joining us tonight.
No worries. Thank you. Just want to quickly shout out Pedro and Ty, wishing him a happy birthday for today.
Oh, Delaney?
Yeah, it's actually his birthday this time.
Oh, okay, and who's Pedro?
Just the Pedro meme with the raccoon, so he loves it.
Oh, okay, cool, cool.
He's on the back of our cars.
Take care, dude. Speak to you guys soon. Cheers, mate.
All right, see you, boys.
See you, mate. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring Luke Crum in because he's a teammate of Chris Tomlin, who we believe is the winner, and we'll have a chat with him, and then we'll go to the top three. Mr. Crum, how you going, buddy?
How's it going?
Good, mate. Good. So I've dragged you in. We're only doing top three of the pros, and then we're doing the first of the pro-ams and first of the AMs. But I've dragged you in because Tomlin's not in, and he won the AMs tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but yeah. So yeah, it's showing that he won it, but I'm not too sure what's going on there. So
That's okay. Well, on my thing, it's got him as a win, so that's why we've gone with him, mate. How was your night tonight, mate? I know you had a few beautiful battles there with Anderson.
yeah, man, it was pretty good. The biggest drama was obviously like with penalties and that the pros kept coming down the back and then fighting their way through the front, and it was so you had like really quick guys passing you, but you're trying to do your own battles on the street circuit, so it was a pretty hectic night.
At what point did you get lapped?
Nah, I didn't get lapped.
No, you didn't get lapped.
It was
No,
it
that's
was
good.
literally just because of the first race crashes where the pros were down the back, or like drive-throughs and the safety car stuff going on. So yeah.
So how do you like the packed grid on a street track like this? Is something that you like, or hey?
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love chaos. It's great. It makes it heaps fun.
You're
It's
as
not
crazy
good
as
when you're
me.
in the chaos. Yeah, well, it's not good when you're in the chaos, but it keeps you on the edge. It's better than driving around Road America being bored with 30-second gaps between people. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. You get to live through a Days of Thunder moment where you get these cars just flying around you. You just weave through the hole that you find in front.
100%. That happened a few times tonight. So yeah.
Well, we got a lot of it on cam, man. I reckon the boys that race tonight are going to spend a lot of time watching this because there was action packed galore, mate. So it was a lot of fun, a real lot of fun for me and JP. What's the plans for the rest of the season? You're going to be able to make it. I know I heard you changed jobs and things are a little bit different now, so you're going to be able to make the rest of the season.
Yeah, I should, man. Yeah, just depending on what shifts I'm on and all that, but I should be at pretty much the majority of them. So I'll just try me
Oh,
hardest.
well, I think you're fighting for a title now too.
Yeah, probably. That's always the way, isn't it?
Yeah. You reckon your boss is watching there and he's going, I'm going to stuff this mug and give him all the crap out.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, this happens. Yeah. Well, it happened in the Supercars season last one. Like I crept from 5th to 2nd or something within the last 2 rounds. So things happen.
Exactly. And this is a close one too, man. People are missing out and getting done with penalties and all sorts of stuff, and they're going up and down the grid. 100%. So it's going to be a killer, mate. Who gets you guys on track, mate, and supports your team?
Yeah, so big shout out to the boys at LCR Esports, Chops Remote Tech Support, JDRF Australia, Night Rider Designs, and Our Power Building, man.
Excellent, mate. Well, good luck for the rest of the season, mate. I hope everything goes well, and tell Mr. Tomlin that he missed out talking to me on the top step, and that I think it's his first SRW top step too.
Yeah, that's good. Good on Chop. So yeah, thanks heaps, boys.
Yeah. He could have celebrated the popping of his cherry on live broadcast
100%.
with us. But anyway,
well,
take care, buddy.
All right. Thanks, team.
All right, what do we got? We've got, I'll go with Ty Delaney, Josh Horton, then Ben Faulkner. There are other boys in there. I don't know why they're all in there. My brother's in there as well. What's he think he's getting in there for?
He's third in the Pro-Ams. Your brother's third in the Pro-Ams, so that's why he's that's a podium.
Yeah, he's not getting in there. I think that the race control told him to get them in there, but we don't have time to do everyone. So let's just start with the birthday boy, work our way to Josh and then Ben Faulkner. Mr. Ty Delaney, happy birthday, mate. For real this time.
Yeah, pretty awesome getting a podium on my birthday. Thank you.
Well done, mate. How was that race for you, mate?
Oh, I'd love to say it was easy, but it just most certainly wasn't. Started like 14th or 15th in the first race and got up to 7th, I think. Started 4th maybe in the second race. Spun it under the first safety car, then spun it under the second safety car, and still was able to bring it to the podium somehow.
Was that you who spun under the safety car?
Yeah, I did it twice, trying to save some fuel.
You've been watching me, mate.
Nah, I've been watching my dad.
Is Dad back?
No, he gets back on Saturday.
Okay, so the celebrations will be Dad coming home on Saturday and your birthday at the same time.
Yeah, I've made it pretty clear that I'm not happy that he's staying away during my birthday. Nah, I'm not. I'm not that fussed. I called him this morning. It was like 5:30 his time, and yeah, it was pretty nice to talk to him for the first time in a while because he's been working pretty tough. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Well, it's good. It's good to see both of you get on really well, which is excellent, mate. And epic battles tonight, mate. You're looking forward to the rest of the season. You got yourself in a good position now. You got some major points tonight.
Yeah, definitely some decent points. I don't think it's going to be even close with Faulkner and boys like Josh and DeBono. I think they're just going to run away with it. They're crazy fast, but there's definitely some contention for the mid fight. Maybe I can sneak in the top 5, maybe a top 7. Don't know.
Well, you got to always set a goal, and then if you get past it, mate, you've done really well. Congratulations on tonight's racing, mate. Epic fighting out there. Good to see you battling up again, and happy birthday as well. Who gets Mr. Ty Delaney on track?
Well, just first, I'd like to thank my family and my mum, my sister, and my dad for having a good day with me and making sure my birthday was good. And then onto the sponsors list: Western Motor Group, Parramatta Peugeot Professional, Parramatta Sea Great Wall Haval, Western Parramatta, Parramatta Isuzu, DC Shades, Relax, Precision Sim Training, Infinity Designs, Adrenaline Images, Battery Warehouse Early Beach, MJS Gaming, Whitaker Electrical Services, and most of all, Fishy Motorsports for helping me get out here, and SLW for making it all happen.
Legend, mate. It sounds like that list of sponsors is getting bigger and bigger every week. Well done. Congratulations, mate. Happy birthday, and good luck for the rest of the season, dude.
Thanks, boys. Have a good night.
Cheers, mate. All right, now we've got the winner of the round. These rest of the boys are sitting there again thinking, what's going on? But you know what? They'll learn. Mr. Ben Faulkner, how you doing, mate? Champion of, what are we in, round 5, halfway mark of the season, and in the end, you took it out by, I think it was more than 4 seconds, mate. How's it going?
Yeah, good. Yeah, it was a bit up and down. I was expecting a penalty. I can't lie in the second race because I made a pretty big mistake on the first lap. But yeah, RC didn't seem it was my fault, so I managed to get away with murder a bit there. But
Yeah.
it was a good race. I enjoyed it.
I wouldn't be
and,
surprised if it. I wouldn't be surprised if it took your goose because we were looking at it. We're like, me and JP are like, what the hell just happened there? How did Jamie get pinned for that? And then they showed it. There was 2 incidents in the one corner. There was Jamie actually nudged on someone and took him out on the left hand side and wide. And then you decided to go bush bash and it went the other way. But you know what? It was all part of the action. And you know what? It got the viewers right involved. Everyone was going, even mates of yours were in there going, how did he get away with that? See, JP, you can talk now. JP was worried that if he got in here and started talking about it, he was going to go and get himself into trouble. So he goes, you did the interview tonight, Steve.
I think I said sorry to Jackson about 50 times in the race. I felt so bad. I broke at the same brake mark. I think even slightly earlier, but yeah, full brake and still didn't stop. So, but yeah, it happens.
Yeah, you cleaned him up nice. You had him full rotation.
Yeah.
Look, it was good, mate. But you know what? You had pace. You fought your way through. All right, the luck sometimes goes your way, sometimes doesn't go your way. It went your way. It was so be it. That's racing. It happens in the real world as well. You know, it is what it is. But some great fighting. Your pace was ridiculous, dude. Your best lap in that one was a 1:42.212. That is crazy fast. What am I going to do to get that fast, dude?
VX coaching.
Can't. I've got no talent.
It is one of my favorite tracks, so I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it is one of my favorites too, but it doesn't mean I can drive it fast. But yeah, you looked like you enjoyed it. You looked like you knew where to slide it and where to break it. I think this is one of the tricky tracks where the bumps are really close to the braking zones in some spots, and you just got to know whether to go a little bit earlier or a little bit less. Is that right?
Yeah,
is that how you say it?
I definitely. Yeah, it's a very bumpy circuit, but what I was doing was sort of leaving it in third a bit longer before shifting down to second, just to keep it a bit more stable. And then it's literally like a millisecond before we went full throttle, just put it down to second and pulled out the corner. It helped it a lot.
Yeah. Because you sound like you can see that when you're planning it, you get this thing slowed down so damn quick as well, which is ridiculous. The way you get this thing under control. There was one awesome pass tonight. Pass for me, the pass of the night was Josh Horton on Jamie Davis under brakes, and you can see the rear end just wiggling and the nose planting itself down, and he's just held it into the apex and got through on Jamie Davis. It was a killer move, absolutely sensational. You can see he was battling the steering wheel all the way through it. So I can see that for you it was a bit easier, mate. Once you broke the toe off Ty in that second safety car, it was all over. You could see it happening straight away.
Yeah, I mean, Ty's an awesome driver. Happy birthday to him as well. He's a lovely lad. If it was anyone other than my teammates for me to wish to have on the podium, it'd be Ty. He's a good lad.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard circuit to pull away. But I think I just managed to get that little bit of time towards the end of the circuit, which helped me pull away before the straight. And then yeah, it was pretty much the end of the race after that.
It was all over Red Rover.
All done.
Did we miss Josh Horton? We did miss Josh Horton. We'll have to get him in after I speak to you. How rude of me. Listen, mate, always good to have you out on track and watch your masterclass of Ben Faulkner in this little car. And congratulations on another podium. I think you've pretty much got hands and feet on the trophy, which is good and fun. Who gets Vermilion Motorsports on track and supports you guys?
So of course, doing okay. Jack Doohan's brand, Vermilion Motorsports, all the boys there. Verb Designs, they make awesome liveries. Supernova Motorsports, and my dad, who watches all my races. Hymo Setups and Vermilion X Coaching, which is professional coaching at an affordable price. Thank you for you boys for the broadcast, and Greg and Adam, both Gregs and Adam in RC.
Excellent, mate. Well, congratulations again, and thanks for coming out for a spin and putting up a great fight tonight. Good showmanship and everything else. Congratulations, dude. Chat to you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, boys.
See you, buddy. Josh Horton. Sorry, buddy, I missed you, didn't I? I went right past you.
It's all right.
Mate, tonight, you did the pass of the night as far as I'm concerned. That move you made on my teammate Jamie Davis under brakes was absolutely sensational. The car was nose pitched down, the rear end was squirming. It was unreal. Was it hard to control? Was it code brown or was it all under control the way through?
Pretty much all under control. There's a bump on the inside there. I knew Jamie would have to fight with that to keep the car sort of where he wanted it to be. I was more focused on him washing out and putting me into the wall rather than my own stuff. But most of the tyres stayed on the floor. There was a bit of steering correction, but yeah, pretty under control. Happy with the move though, for sure.
Yeah, it was a killer move, man. It was really good, even though it was my teammate, and it hurt seeing it happen. It was still pretty cool, man. It was a great move of the night. I mean, are you a fan of the big grids and tracks like this? You crazy like me? You like a lot of cars around you?
Usually, yeah. I'm a bit of big fan of the old street tracks. They're my favorite. I love getting close to the walls and letting the rear wheels come loose. It's great fun on the old bumps.
Excellent, mate. How's preparation for the rest of the season going?
It's going good. We're locking in. We've got a generalized setup now that we sort of run for every track just to get ourselves where we need to be. Yeah, we do a few hours, couple laps, just getting used to different weather conditions and how the car handles different bumps and what the best lines are.
Oh, thank God it didn't rain tonight. That would have been absolutely manic. Yeah, it would have been, because there would have been a lot of this track would probably hold water in a couple of different places as well. So it would have been an absolute shambles. Listen, mate, it was great watching you fight out there tonight. Some really good driving, mate. Definitely my pass of the night. Love the way you controlled that car under brakes. It was sensational. Who gets you out on track? Have you got your little list there, or are you going to let Ben do it all?
Nah, I got the list. I got it all under control. Don't worry. Here at Vermilion Motorsports, we have some great people alongside us that help us propel forward. We have Race Lab, Verb Designs, which does all of our liveries, Supernova Motorsports, Moser Racing, Hymo Setups, Vermilion X Coaching, and our newest sponsor is Duhan and OK, which is a brand for our esports teams. Obviously, to you guys over at the broadcast team, everybody at the SRW, at the series, everybody in race control, always doing a mad job, especially tonight, the amount of calls that we had in. So it's really good to see what you guys are doing, and I thank you for your time and your work.
Excellent, mate. It's our pleasure to come out here, mate. We have a blast. We have a ball. It's a highlight of my night, and I do enjoy it watching you guys tear it up out there. Good luck, mate. Congratulations on your podium, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Hey, thank you, guys.
Cheers, buddy. I'm going to do the unthinkable, mate. I'm going to drag all three of these knuckleheads in.
Good luck.
And give them, let's just hear what they think of tonight more than anything. And because they've been sitting there waiting for a while. I know that Hamish would be like, oh, you can't bring him in. Rah, 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 rah. But let's do it. Russell Gander, Dean Sinkovic, and Greg Johnson. We've dragged you all three in the room, even though we don't do podiums apart from the top step. I can see you guys sitting in there and waiting on a Thursday night. We just do the top three of the pros and the winners of the pro-ams and the AMs. But how did you guys go out there? A bit of fun, Johnson?
Well, you ignored
in the first
you ignored Dean and I last night. We sat in the room.
Yeah. Yep.
Wait,
I'm happy
Dean's
you've
still sitting there
ignored me.
waiting for his trophy.
Yep. I had my
What was
sheet
last
out for
night?
all the sponsors, everything.
F3.
Oh, sorry, mate. I wasn't working last night. I don't do Wednesday nights. That's someone else's job. But how was it? Fun out there or what?
Mate, it was a big, hard race. Staying out of trouble for as much as I could. First race I got through with 0x. And ended up
Really?
with 16 in the second. Yep. so
Well, race control was very busy. As you guys know, I got the earpiece in my ear and I can hear everything going on. And I felt for those boys tonight because I could hear it the call over the top of a call over the top of another call all night. Dean was leading the pro-ams at one point and then he spun it. So we had a bit of a giggle there.
Quite
Dean,
a few times.
unfortunately on your behalf.
Can I point out Dean spun quite a few times in race one?
I wasn't counting JP, so it's okay.
I'm not saying
we kept
I
hearing
was,
these strange noises, JP.
Yeah, there was quite a few little circles going on. But look, who's counting?
There was. Russell, these boys are going to talk over the top of you, mate. How did you enjoy tonight? Have a lot of fun out there?
Yeah, I had more fun in race 2 than I did in race 1. I probably disgraced myself a bit in race 1. So enjoyed both of them very much. It was very competitive. Greg and I had a bit of a battle at the end. He was pressuring me, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so I'm loving the Toyotas. They're a great little car to drive. So.
Can I just point something out really quickly, Steve, as well? Due to the fact that Chris Tomlin and Kyle Gretsch had contact in the last corner, both of them got done with incident points, which is why they did not take the win. So Russell did actually win the AMS on merit because Tomlin and Kyle Gretsch both got incident point limit penalties on the last corner and had to take the 40-second penalty for not completing it.
There you go. Did you know that, Russell?
I had a feeling I was in second or third, but I didn't know. I knew there was an AM in front of me, so I thought it doesn't bother me. I'll just do what I do. I can't do anything about them. So yeah,
that's a top step, mate. You just won the AMs.
He won the AMs.
Yeah, I'm wrapped. Yeah, it's fantastic. So yeah, I just
Is
stick
that
my
your
head
first?
down and it is, Steve. Yeah, that's right. So,
It is. So another cherry popper tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I haven't had a
I'm
podium,
liking
let
these.
alone first. So yeah.
That's amazing. Well done, mate. Congratulations. How good does that feel to get a top step, mate? It's I think I've done it once, twice now. That's about it. Not as often as other people that we speak to. But congratulations, mate. I'm enjoying that.
I think it's a Bradbury, but I'll take it anyway. So yeah.
That was no Bradbury, mate.
You got to be there. The thing is, people,
Stephen, you watched the replay for the last 5 laps of how much pressure he was under, trying to keep my car from getting past him.
Yeah, no, I had it on the side screen, so the bits of it will be on the broadcast as well. And the thing is, you got to be there to take advantage of these things. That's what racing's about. Yeah, it's not a Bradbury moment. You've got to be there and strategically push. So if an incident does happen, that's it. You've got it, and well done, mate. Your first podium and first top step. Congratulations.
Cheers, Steve. Thank you everyone. Thanks for the race control, and yeah, they did a great job tonight. So very pressured and handled it really well. So, and thanks JP and Greg. Yeah, and I'd just like to thank Apex Esports League. I don't have any sponsors. I've got my own team called the Pirate Racing Alliance. It doesn't mean anything, but Apex has always looked after me, and that's I'd like to put in something for them. That's all I've got to say.
Nah, excellent, mate. Excellent. Greg, Dean, you got anything else to say before we boot you?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, did Russell say pirates?
Yeah.
Pirate Racing Alliance. That's my team.
Pirate
name,
I got a joke.
I got a shout out to the.
I got a joke.
Go on, JP.
Why are pirates called
Go
pirates?
on.
Any ideas? Why are pirates called pirates? Why are pirates called pirates?
Don't know.
Why do pirates kill
Tell us, Pom.
Because they are. Sorry.
Dead joke of the century, that one.
Hey, I'm a granddad now, mate.
All
My
right.
son had a baby 2 weeks ago, so I'm a granddad as well now.
Congratulations. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
My grandson will be here again tomorrow.
Kick out?
Yeah, big shout out to the Tourette Syndrome Association, who I've got plastered all over this car. They do a great job for helping out people with Tourette Syndrome, and that keeps my car just ticking along nicely. And Red Energy for support that they give me as well. I've got to talk to them about that support at some stage and see if we can make it into something a bit more than just the logos on the car. But that's something for me to do.
Don't forget SRW.
Yeah, SRW. I've got an SRW logo on that car somewhere.
No.
We want the sponsorship.
What, you're going to sponsor my car? Awesome. All right. Cheers, Steve.
This is going to turn into a podcast. You guys get the hell out of here. Thank you very much. Hope you guys had fun out there, because the broadcast was a lot of fun for me and JP.
We had a ball.
See you guys on track next week.
Steve, Dino and I on the podium 2 nights in a row.
Well done. I haven't watched last night's race yet, so well done.
Yep.
Cheers, everyone. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
Guys.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See us.
JP, that is...
Steve's moved himself out of the room. Where is he going? Hold on. Steve, are you back? After kicking yourself out into the green room. Well, oh man, that was that was an interesting one there as well. I think a lot come out of the interviews as well. Ben admitting what we thought and got away with it at the moment. We'll say on the provisionals on that one. But look, he did own the fact that he got away with murder, so I'm happy. You know what I mean? That's fair enough from him as well. Obviously, we have Russell Gander getting his first win and his first podium in one go, so that was great for him as well. And to say, you had to be there on track to be in that position to take it because of what happened to the top two.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be there to win it, mate. That's it.
Absolutely. Right, guys, on that one, we're going to wrap it up from us up here in the SRW TV booth. I've been James Parfitt. I've been alongside Steve Sinkovic this evening. And as always, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on the bells, and do all that other fancy jazz on YouTube for free. But for now, that's going to round this one off. As next time out, well, where are we next time? It is at the wonderful, where are we actually? Mid-Ohio, on the Mid-Ohio full course. So join us for that one next week. But for now, guys, take care, have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.
To Total One, this is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Reece Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us.